to pick.
They definitely feel like specialist teams are still very strong with them. So I would not be surprised if Secret wanted to pull out one of them. Maybe it's just that like other fives are stronger.
Okay. Why?
They're also kind of strat based too. That might be part of it, right? Like you kind of want a certain tempo when you pick, especially Chen. Ench is definitely more flexible. Ench, like you see a single hero that Dispel is good versus, and Ench is a completely fine 5.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think having the slow, great utility in lane, she still dominates early. Seems like the hero scales decently well. But Puppy goes the opposite way. He takes Spirit Breaker. Probably your 4 or 5. Haven't seen Spirit Breaker a whole lot. Played him a week or 2 ago, and he felt just okay. Kind of classic Spirit Breaker. I wouldn't say he's overtuned by any stretch.
Yeah, despite
we've gone through those phases where we've seen Spirit Breaker just dominate and hit a little too hard, and that's not him right now.
Yeah, despite the nerfs to Surge, or at least the changes, I guess. I mean, they're mostly nerfs. It's still a decent combo with the Spirit Breaker too, so that could be something that comes out here. As we get a ranged, I'm guessing this will probably wind up being for Nisha, even though like we're mostly seeing 4 Wind Rangers. I almost feel like it's more likely that it's going to be a mid one for Team Secret, but of course they'll have the flexibility.
Okay.
And then we get a classic combo here of the double bubble right away for VP.Prodigy.
Yep. Phoenix Void. I guess Wind Ranger can be okay against Void. You've got Shackle if you're not caught inside of the Chrono. You've got a counterplay. I always think of Earthshaker against Void. You know, the long range fissure, try to break things up. Also something we know Yapzor likes to play quite a bit. But great team fight for VP.Prodigy, no doubt. Love that Invoker ban. Another classic combo. Sunstrike into the Chronosphere. Now that Exort Invoker is somewhat viable some of the time, Trent.
Yeah.
And also, the Quas Wex is really good with Phoenix.
Yeah, it's just a mid setup team fighter. I think Beastmaster and Venge are 2 really strong heroes for Team Secret right now. Venge is really good versus the Chrono as well as the Egg with helping with the range, and then the attack speed of the Beastmaster versus the Phoenix is always a classic. I feel like that would be my 2 bans here.
Yeah, I like that. Last series, I saw Fog in chat actually saying Lesh could have been good in that game 2 draft.
Oh, because the PL.
Yeah, and
that would have been nice.
Also, just some nice synergy here. You know, again, AoE damage around the Egg, big time magic damage to put into the Chrono. Cool ban from Secret.
Yeah, a bit unusual. I mean, the hero is, as you said, like it's getting a little bit more popular considering he was basically just like gone. I even saw some offlane from Whisper recently. It's pretty neat, as well as position 4 being picked up too. So the Disco Deer is making a slight comeback.
And there's that Clockwork ban.
Yeah,
Puppy knows the power
yourself.
of this hero. Yeah. And Clock's pretty annoying against Wind Ranger. Cog's pretty good against Wind Run, generally speaking. Lone Druid and Nature's Prophet, 2 mega annoying heroes banned out by VP.Prodigy. And they've also been pretty good about not diving into their reserve time either. VP.Prodigy do have last pick in this draft. Still plenty of reserve time to utilize later on, though they dip in there to ban out the Alchemist.
Going for some of the... And then they grab that Dispel versus the Wind Ranger, too. I was just about to say the same thing.
There it is.
I think that's the play, is like tanking the Ench there. Because it's also pretty annoying for Spirit Breaker once you have the Untouchable, too.
And the creeps can be annoying. You know, like the Dark Troll Summoner, net, very annoying against Spirit Breaker.
Yeah. You know, it would have been a really sick Lich game, too. I'm a little disappointed they didn't Lich. The only downside would be no Dispel, but you have Void... you have the Gaze versus Spirit Breaker, which is actually like kind of useful.
Secret, the Dark Tier is still in, and that pairs really well with the Spirit Breaker. Shell Surge.
So
you're right.
Spell. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's why it was more valuable than the Lich. I was just having that.
Thought a step behind instead of a step ahead. Big brained Enchantress pick. Also denies the potential Darkseer pick, man. Well done by VP.Prodigy.
They got those big brains coming out here. So.
Ooh, Slardar instead. Okay. So that's your 3, I'd imagine.
Probably for Zai, but we've also seen this hero go mid a fair amount. I mean, it could still be Zai, depending on who the hero is mid.
Okay.
Just because of that matchup. Obviously very good in the 1v1s. I think you should always be thinking about that when you see the slider on the enemy team. Like, I wouldn't take Doom, for example, as VP.Prodigy now and be like, all right, let's put this mid, you know?
Yeah. No, you're totally right. The Bash of the Deep is so good against those melee low armor heroes. It's ridiculous. Even before level 6.
Mars is still in.
Is there such a thing as too much bubble? Chrono, Arena, and Egg?
I don't know. Not really. I guess.
Yeah, I guess not.
Is it that huge of a problem?
Would it be crazy for VP.Prodigy to Darkseer? Give a little extra damage to the Void.
It doesn't pair very well with
your initiation.
This would be my only thought. And then you don't know who the lane setup is either. They could like pick any safe laner that's good versus like Iron Shell spam.
Yeah. Okay, well, maybe you save the Darkseer pick, but I feel you. Yeah.
I think they have to pick their 3 here, though. That would be my only thought. It's just like too strong at this point in the draft. I mean, diving in brawlers. What is this lane setup though? Is this like a 5? I wonder if all right, they will just straight up take the
Mars.
Okay,
So they go for the
don't
combo.
overthink it.
Yeah. All right. I like that a lot. I guess this takes pressure off the Void. So in some ways, this is really cool now where you can use your Mars Phoenix combo to initiate the way you'd normally like with Arena, and then that gives Void a little bit of leeway to save it and uses Chrono more to like counter initiate once the other team has jumped in and reacted to the Arena.
This kind of looks like the lineups that Secret used to play like Storm and Monkey King with, where they have this Wind Ranger, Slider, Spirit Breaker, like lots of vision from Power Shot, vision from the Corrosive Haze, vision from Charge, right? It's all about like chasing down and finishing kills. But the problem is that you still have the Dispel from the Enchantress, so that makes that a tougher pick. I was actually going to point out the Morphling if they picked Darkseer, because I feel like Morphling was just like way too strong at that point, because you can just like sit under the tower with the Iron Shell, but even with the Mars there, they still like it completely fine. It's a classic, right? It's first phase bannable versus Secret. I still accept that as a viable strategy when you're playing versus them.
Yeah, totally. Screams confidence, and like you said, they know this hero so well, and that's a big part of it. We've seen the breadth of strategies you can play with the Morphling, where you buy like an early drum, you fight early, and the Morphling gets really active, almost like we saw Miracle play that PA earlier. And we've seen the opposite, where it's just, all right, Morphling free farms, gets these big items, then takes over like a traditional carry. So a lot of ways they...
Yeah, they still have the Corrosive Haze for the Wind Ranger too, so this can still be Wind Ranger, theoretically. Sure. If they just want to put that mid. Or it could be a 4 Wind Ranger to play with Slider, because that's a great lane. Puppy can take the 5 Spirit Breaker. And then I guess it's most likely, I mean, it could be a Matu and a Nisha Morphling, of course. We know they're both very capable of playing it, even if it is like the Nisha signature hero. We can't necessarily guarantee it's going to be for him. But it probably is. It's guessing here, guys.
Some of the scary mids getting banned out, though. Storm, TA, and Kunkka. See what VP ban out last. And it will go to Secret for the first 5th pick.
What's a quality Matu hero? They could Bloodseeker, maybe? I mean, he was just playing in his pub, which they won. Is Void Spirit still in? He is as well. I don't know. They have tons of options. They can just go for like a super aggressive hero, like a Bloodseeker or something, and just like let them more farm, or they can maybe try and get some tower push. Would be kind of nice.
It's a little bit hard to call because there's so much flexibility with these heroes. It's going to come down to a preference kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Just like, I mean, that's why VP.Prodigy are just like banning out like strong. They're like looking like, what are you missing? It's like more team fight would definitely help them, right? They just want to chase us down with their vision.
Now, crazy thought. What about Venomancer? Is that a little too slow? Is it something Secret have played some in the past? Is that not the kind of team fight we're looking for?
I just don't think it's like that good here, because like the way the fight happens, where it's like Chrono and Egg and Arena, it's like if they hit their spells, like the Veno does nothing to stop you from actually hitting all those spells, and if they hit those spells, you lose the fight.
It's more like if you can build tanky, I guess, and get your ult off before you die, it just makes for the easy the cleanup, you know, your janitor Morphling to come in. But I think you make a fair point.
I mean, they could just mid Viper, and then the break would be pretty brutal.
Okay,
But
they
I'll
go
with
for
the
Zeus. And even this, it could be a core Zeus or it could be a support, right? We've seen Yapzor play Zeus before.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna lane this.
Yeah, they're completely flexible. Like, there's the only thing that I would say is locked in is it is a support spear breaker, which of course would be just perfect if Zai now takes it. That would be my guess. And I mean, VP.Prodigy have an extremely well-rounded lineup for sure. I mean, they're really heavy on the team fight. That is one problem. If you want to try and find something, like their objective pushing's pretty slow, their roshing is really slow.
They could definitely use a little more damage. Like something TA-esque kind of for them would feel really good, you know?
Yeah.
If OD was a good hero, I would say OD actually looks kind of okay. Not against Zeus, but obviously against Morphling. But someone ranged like that.
I think the only person I've seen bigger lately was Makoto.
Okay, but Pugna, that's a much better alternative.
Oh, Nisha takes the Zeus, so it is the Matu Morph.
So Matu Morphling, Nisha Zeus, and it is the Zai Slardar. Yapzor takes the Wind Ranger, and that means Puppy on the Spirit Breaker.
Oh man, that's a scary duo though. Slardar Wind Ranger. That's an old classic. Oh yes, the Warcraft / Warhammer Mars cosmetic that you guys will get to witness. It's just so chunky. Doesn't he look like he's at a Warcraft?
Yeah, it kind of does. He looks sort of like Rexar from Warcraft.
It looks like he just got like ported in from Warcraft 3 and they like didn't even change the textures.
Yeah.
They just gave it a higher triangle count, you know?
Nisha Zeus. Yeah, these lanes look pretty good for Secret.
5 seconds remaining.
This is going to be a good game. I think there's merits to both drafts. Secret definitely in their comfort zone, so that is always a good thing for the big boys. The favorites, kind of, no matter who they're up against right now. I think there's no doubt about it when you're talking Team Secret, the castle, King of the Hill. Yeah,
I would be a little worried about Matu's lane. I'm not sure how that's going to look. Like, what is the setup here for them? I don't think it's just going to be 2-1-2, like 5 Spirit Breaker. I guess if Puppy is just pulling creeps the entire time or something, maybe that's the play. But into Phoenix Mars seems
Matu will just
not doable.
Jungle early, and then they're going to do crazy 4+1 to make noise, and then he'll just farm in whatever lane is available. You know, it'll be rough for 8 minutes, I'm going to say.
That's pretty bad, though. 8 minutes is a long time for a Morphling.
Well, when I say rough, he won't be free farming. You know, he's still going to be getting some stuff, buddy.
He's Morphling, you know?
He's Morphling, exactly.
If you don't hit the spear, he's not going to die, pretty much. Even if he hit the spear, he might not die. Oh, my goodness.
But so much team fight on VP.Prodigy. And you could definitely see them take a couple of good mid-game 5v5s and make this pretty challenging for Secret to close out. We saw earlier how punishable the core Zeus can be. That was against the Spectre, so, you know, particularly bad, but still, you know, very stationary. And they do have a lot of initiation, a lot of catch on VPP.
The cooldowns, and that is one thing, right? Like, what's the longest cooldown on Secret? I mean, Thunder God's Wrath, sure, but in terms of actual, like, initiating plays,
yeah, it's not much.
It's like charge. Max is out. Oh, okay, hold on. Shackle's longer. Shackle is 10. Oh no, charge is 11. Okay.
That's corrosive haze. That's got to be like oh, that's 5.
Oh, that's a 5-seconder. Yeah. So not a lot.
I guess more
cooldown will be the blink dagger on Zai at 15 seconds.
Yeah. And waveform until it gets leveled up. So, yeah, this could totally be one of these Morphling games where he just goes treads, drum, and Yasha and fights at him.
Now, with the enemy heroes, do you think that Matu will be going Nectar this game? Is he going to pop off?
Will Matu go Nectar? I kind of think so. I think it's tempting to look at Morphling as a late game hero, but you forget what this hero can do in a lane with a lot of chaos, and heroes like Spirit Breaker that can get in the front line, get people kind of low. Maybe you get a lucky bash. All of a sudden, you're wave forming in.
I mean,
you're adaptive striking.
If anyone was going to go Johnny Tsunami, it's Morphling. He is water. He's going to ride the wave, guys.
Yep.
He's going to hang 10, dude.
And we're all looking forward to his texture update. The Morphling's one of the most classic Dota heroes. He was there for the original art.
I like
Morphling, Bloodseeker, and Drow. They are the iconic trio. And Lena. I guess the iconic quad.
It's a quartet.
Quartet. That's it. Thank you. I was spacing on the vocabulary. Nisha using the Mario taunt mid. Fantastic.
Excuse me, Mario is a proprietary intellectual property. That is just a simple bearded man jumping. But there just happens to be a gold coin above him. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's because he farms so much gold.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with any similarities whatsoever.
So Epileptic Kid, he's going to be doing okay for now. Slardar is this matchup that you talked about that's pretty rough. Now, having the Enchantress does help quite a bit, but he's not hitting creeps as much as he'd like to be. And this also gets harder. I think level 1 is when it's easiest for Void, because there's no Bash of the Deep yet.
Yeah, true. That rune control, you know?
Although I guess it's also rough for Matu. He's also got 2 last hits only right now. Big wave coming into the tower.
I mean, it's a 5 Spirit Breaker. Like, what can Puppy really do? I
too am curious how this is going to go. I think you are well put in your cynicism, sir.
All I can see him doing is pulling waves. Like, I don't see Matu necessarily dying just because it's Morphling and you can do a lot of annoying stuff. So that's what he can do. He runs and interrupts the pull and then charges. And they're still going to get some of those creeps. And now he doesn't have charge.
Bottom, Yapsor. That's going to be the first blood. Epileptic Kid.
No.
But, yeah, I think our observer looked away to find that kill. But, yeah, Spirit Breaker is sort of uniquely positioned to deal with these pulls from Phoenix because he can charge and pull the creeps away with that stun. It's a neat little play. We'll see if it's enough to actually save the lane, though.
Just trying to bully Lil back now. I mean, this is good, creating the 1v1 situations whenever he can. But Lil's still got some fire spirits. It's coming no Matu. Yeah, no last hits for you.
IDC Lil. GPK. Look at that. They saved the bounty rune. That's a nice little play for your mid there, Trent. You ever do that in a pub game? Huh?
You trust someone enough with that? I don't think so.
Oh, I do. If they call for it, if my mid is bold enough to say, don't take the rune, I'm going to bottle it at 3 minutes, I say, all right, you're thinking.
I mean, you
got
can't
a goddamn
take it.
plan.
That's a guaranteed loss if you take that, because they're running down mid. No question.
But I appreciate that confidence, you know, hey, man, if you're thinking ahead, that's half the battle in Dota.
Oh my god, Matu, you're so low. This is so scary. All right, he's going to south.
Puppy chasing Lil as well up top. So I guess that's one other benefit, like Spirit Breaker versus the Phoenix. Phoenix is pretty low armor. He'll charge up onto DM.
Matu's like, yeah, I don't really want a part of this, man. Like,
I mean, Matsu's 8-1. This is not going well. So far, you've called this lane right. We're coming up on 4 minutes.
I'm looking
disastrous for the Morphling.
The only thing is they didn't get a block off, though. But Matu didn't, or Puppy didn't go for the pull. What is Puppy doing? He wants to try and create a play onto Lil. It's going to work. Nisha's coming. No, they can't get him in time.
Almost. I think it's tough without the Orb of Venom. If you're a 5 Spirit Breaker, maybe it's not worth investing in, but I guess the boots give you a pretty sizable movement speed advantage for now. And Yapsor, he's going to claim a bounty. He finds the kill onto the Enchantress.
Yeah, she was
that
way
an intentional
deep.
Suicide? Or was she diving for a kill? I missed that setup.
I'm just too invested in top.
No, I was as well.
Yeah, she was suicide to the tower by the looks of it.
mean, top's a big deal because you look at this secret lineup, and you know this game is going to come down to Morphling at a certain point. So there is a lot of pressure on Matu. At some point, he will have to pick this up and put it on his back. So
took 1,000 damage from tower, by the way. So yeah.
Okay. So being doubled up in terms of CS by Epileptic at 5 minutes, definitely not where Matu wants to be. And look at this. They're going to dive in deep, find the bounty runes. Nisha will secure the back line. So that will be a 1-for-3 bounty exchange, I believe. One still standing on the Radiant safe spot.
Yeah, GBK has his bottle, so he can head there whenever. Man, Matu is doing quite well, I have to say, considering. I'm very surprised he gets this much.
It's getting better.
Or more.
The puppet master here, he's going to get brought down, but he is making space.
I mean, those deaths like actually don't matter. When it's not first blood and they're just killing you, if it gives your Morphling an equal amount of farm, then that's worth it. Like if he's not doing that and they're both just sitting here on this wave, that's a problem.
Yeah, totally. Remember what I said, Trent? 8 minutes.
8 minutes, then it's all good.
Then he'll go to the jungle, it'll be all good. Because he'll have a Morbid Mask. Well, okay, he's going to have his treads. Whatever. He'll have something. Invis here at 6 minutes. And we'll get picked up by Ench. Nide, basically.
Wait, what just happened?
Although,
Puppy just TP'd mid, but Nisha's bottle didn't get filled. Oh, it was still in the backpack or something.
Oh, they biffed it.
That's unfortunate.
Oh, that sucks.
That's like one of the best parts about the 5 Spirit Breaker is that the ability to do that and then just still go right back to your lane.
And Puppy, this is classic Spirit Breaker right here.
What?
Charges in onto Lil. He charged deep, and GPK made the rotation. And
yeah,
then,
I guess his escape is free if GPK is not there.
Free is a word, yeah. Bottom, the Wind Ranger Arcana standing out in terms of particles.
That was nice though, right? With the ability or combination of the raindrops and the time walk, he like doesn't take any damage from that.
Charge. Do they have enough here? Zai actually taking a lot of damage. They turn onto the edge. Dash to the deep and then slithers away. Zai knowing his limits pretty well. There is a Chronosphere.
He's so smart though because he can't time walk onto Zai or he dies. So Zai, even though he was only like 200 HP, can still play that close just with those like few wand charges.
Yeah. Power of the Slardar. Egg Secret almost hoping that he does use a Chrono there defensively just to live. And then they can really... But Epileptic Kid does okay, pressuring this tower. The chip play. This time Puppy cancels it. Not going to get caught.
DM is 6 here though. Matu is still just standing here at 200 HP. And he has the soul ring, so he's ready to pop this at any second.
Net worth still rough. About a 50% lead right now for the Void.
Matu's just... Guys, don't watch, please.
Look away. Epileptic Kid. Chronosphere. Okay, he's not going to have an Ench, but might get Yapsor with GPK. Won't even need the Chrono. 1 for 1.
Not bad. Oh, GPK actually got a kill, huh?
Sure did.
GPK got it. Unfortunate.
No, went to the mid. The mid still is relatively even because Nisha did get that kill on save with his ultimate, so he's doing a good job working the jungle. All before, this is the farming Zeus build, right? You max out Arc Lightning, you utilize the jungle, you stack this. He's got a double right here.
Yeah, this is just the Zeus life in general now too. It's just like they've Arc Lightning's the way to go.
And these are so close that you get extra value out of it because it kills both camps at once when you pull them together.
Yeah, any mid that can abuse those two camps is really strong Dire side. You don't really have the same thing anywhere on the Radiant. It's not anywhere useful.
Not where you can use the Arc Lightning like that. Now Zai, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble perhaps. Has a stun. Epileptic Kid pops the ulti this time. Gets a bash first hit. You're done. Zai gets put to rest.
And he gets a ward with 136 too. There you go. Well, actually, he probably doesn't get it because that's actually bugged. Doesn't actually go to the void because whoever placed the sentry.
Is that a bug?
Trust the left-hand side.
You can't trust it though.
Maybe it was his. Let me see. It was not. It was saved.
You do share the XP, though. Or maybe Void gets all the XP if you kill it like that. Saves far away. That I'm not sure.
It's just the local. As they start moving in here.
Names charged up. Some follow-up from Nisha. Big time burst, but Nature's attendants come out. Now Puppy getting turned on.
1 second.
Oh, Puppy actually lives. Lil, low. They're going to save the Thunder Gods. No, they're not. Nisha grabs it, says, Zai, you deserve this, but I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I mean, it's too risky to try and pop her for the edge, too, because you don't really know how much she's healed with the vision on her.
Yeah. Epileptic kid. It's TP.
They mango trade
no
mid,
vision
eh?
for the shackle. They sure did.
Is it ever worth? I like. I mean, I guess.
I know how much this
worth.
bothers you. You want mangoes all game, and this is, you know, all in on not getting ganked in the mid.
All I'm saying is, if I was this Mars player, I'd be like, guys, can't I just have like permanent mangoes? Like, please. You know, get up for this big Yules. You could replace that Quelling Blade with mangoes at some point.
It's a judgment call for sure.
The real question is, how many times will it save your mid? If it saves your mid tower for an extra like 4 minutes, it's worth.
Yeah, that's a good assessment. And here we're seeing Matsu. He's making the movement wherever he can find farm. They get that tier 1 down bottom. They'll trade towers, and Morph does have that Morbid Mask coming out. So I said 8 minutes. I was optimistic. It's 11 minutes. But this is where the recovery begins. However, we got all 3 cores of VP.Prodigy farming very well. The Void, he's gone for Midas, first item with his brown boots. Void loves extra attack speed, and of course, when you're ahead like this, it's a great accelerator.
Oh, Puppy's he's rolling the dice. I needed like 2 more. That would be very ambitious.
Got to practice those dice throws, apparently.
Say's pretty far behind, man. Like, just at level 5.
Yeah, he's playing very sacrificial. Lil gonna walk right into it. Secret set the trap and stunned from full to 0. They even take one of his infused raindrop charges. Mid
Another
now.
charge up.
Puppy playing with fire here. EPK gonna burst him down.
Arena's down, guys.
Yeah. Oh, look at Zai. He picks up the regen rune and slithers away. Crafty.
It's every pub ever.
Seriously.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. They used Arena. Guys, they used Arena. It's fine.
He wasted his ult, killing a 5. Meanwhile, the Mars is like, free. This is awesome.
Yeah, let's smoke up
I'm gonna have this Yules in no time.
Even though I have no ult.
I mean, as we talked about, the triple bubble, you still have Phoenix Egg and Chrono. You're like, you know what?
Smoke's gonna pop.
Are we gonna
wait
get
a second.
Yapzor? Hey, Lil, he finds him in the trees, gets shackled, but DM coming in, arrow. That's not an arrow, it's a spear. But either way, it stops the teleportation.
It's the next cosmetic. We need like Olympian Mars, the javelin, like a real classic one. Now we're talking.
Oh man,
it's too thematic. It fits too well. You're welcome, cosmetic makers.
This Morphling seems about on par with that. He's got this nice golden sash. It's very godlike. Amatsu looks like he wants the E-Blade first item.
Can't even picture default Mars. He's got like a warrior thing on. He needs a toga. Does he have a toga set yet?
I think his default is a toga big.
Well, no, he's got a big armor set on though. I'm talking like just straight up toga, you know? Get rid of the belly plate and
you want
girdle.
Like a BSJ level toga, just straight up.
Oh, well, not quite that handsome. That's a little distracting.
Okay.
You know, slightly less appealing.
Yeah, you got to make him a little more war-torn than that.
Yeah.
I don't think BSJ's hands have known much physical labor.
The Ivory Tower BSJ. Bubby charges it.
Up. Yep, he breaks the smoke kind of, but there is another Mars Arena. The ball
that was
comes
sick.
down, catches Nisha. Puppy is going to fall off to the side, and Nisha get bashed in the Sunray. A Natus 2 for in favor of VPP.
Did he have vision there? I didn't even tell. Athletic kid when he made that jump. He just like saw where Puppy was, and I'm not not sure like how much vision he had that it was just Zeus, but that was a really nice jump. I like that a lot because the way Puppy plays, it's very likely someone's gonna be there that he's coming, right?
Oh, spear onto Matu, Sunray, but it's morphing here. Looks like he'll make it out. Turns into the Phoenix, the Icarus dive, and Yap's
coming back.
Brought down by Save. Charge from Puppy. They won. There's still a Phoenix egg on Lil. This
Puppy?
A little risque.
Puppy?
He did not cancel this. They want to use the global presence, and they don't have enough.
What on earth is happening?
They did not do the math on that one, and now Zai, he's going to get left behind. He's
What?
Floated into a
happened?
Disarmed and dead.
What?
Well, you see, Trent, they thought they could kill Phoenix with the Nether Strike and the Thunder God's Wrath. However, it was
the raindrop.
It was insufficient. It was the stick
and the raindrops, I guess. I mean, he still has two. That was so unnecessary. And then Zai gets caught up in it too. They've got to be giggling right now. That was some real clown shoes Dota right there. They only have 4 kills with a Wind Ranger, Spirit Breaker, Zeus, Slardar lineup. I think that they're in trouble.
Do you think after that death, Matu was like, guys, I stole Phoenix and Icarus dived out. I was going to live. Like, that was the part that seemed so unnecessary. Like, yeah, back up the morph. They couldn't find the kills. They get out. Cool. I'm with you. I don't know how to interpret that sequence of events. And meanwhile, in Faceless Void Land, we've got an FY coming. The Midas has been hard at work. He's now level 12. Him and Pugna are the highest in the game, though not too far ahead. The Zeus and Morphling also both level 12. Maybe once Matu gets the E-Blade, he's not that far away, 1,600 gold.
Man.
They'll be able to set up some kills.
And that's what I'm talking about, though. Only having like 5 kills at this point, like, I'm sure they're going to get more once the Blink comes out, but the pick-off potential is just terrifying from these heroes.
And here's the other thing, Trent. Nisha's gone for the BOT's Aether Lens build, so he had enough time to farm that he got away with this greedy opener, so the Zeus will be able to maintain some momentum here. He's not going to fall that far behind.
They also don't really have an aura builder on VP.Prodigy either.
Isn't Mars an aura guy?
I mean, kind of. Like, I just mean like an early aura builder, right? Like, he has requirements first.
He ain't no Underlord.
Yeah. So if they wanted to like push towers right now, they can't necessarily. Although they have a Dagon nearly done on GPK.
That's certainly something.
And Dagon with Decrypt. I love this new build up on this item, by the way. The 3 like tread parts.
It's so weird.
To the recipe. Oh, nice.
Now Matu gonna bump right into him. They should have enough here.
No!
Chronosphere. No, he gets pushed out.
Oh,
he actually lives. He actually lives.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay, now was he in the chrono and then the wall ruined it, or what just happened there?
We're gonna the instant replay here. They did smoke up from Secret, so they might look for another fight. It looked like the wall was what pushed him out of the chrono.
Did the double bubble betray them? The bubble hath burst?
In that specific scenario, yes.
That is what it looked like. It looked like he occupied both parts of the Venn diagram. Now they jump on that epileptic kid, but they did not have the pain stun.
Yeah, good start from Zai. But not enough.
Second round with the charge, though.
Say, Void's still here. They want more.
Not this time, Pup.
Here comes the Phoenix, though. Lil gets blown up, and they've got the damage. On the other side, Puppy speared back. Zai, he's using the Blink Dagger, jumps in on a GPK. It's DM that's going to be left behind. Another bash comes through. It's another strike right there. And they'll bring down 2. So Secret with a quick counterplay, trying to seize the opportunity with both those big ultis down, the Mars Arena and the Void ult.
What's scary is they don't need much, right? Like for this this Morphling to start becoming the hero, because they don't really have the best like anti-Morphling heroes necessarily. I mean, they have the Chrono, which of course if you catch it with the Morph is amazing, but that's also generally pretty difficult to do. The Pugna isn't so far ahead that he's like completely blowing up your Morphling or anything like that. So there is going to be an E here to combo with all this other gank potential. The E-Blades there, they essentially have 5 like nukers on their side, right? With Thunder God's Wrath.
That is true. Looks like Void is going to do some sort of variation of the God King build. SNY, Manta, and we'll see if he gets Halberd. What's he going to do with that Sanj?
Probably
interesting.
Nothing.
Manta first item, huh? Right, second item, really. I don't know. Things starting to level out a bit. It's only a 2K net worth lead. And I think Secret relatively happy with how they've maintained the last 5-10 minutes of this game. 20 minutes about to turn. Puppy in the mid lane, starting a fight, a little bit low, but does survive. Chrono still on cooldown for 10.
Just
double did.
Can't get a bash.
Whew. You still get Puppy.
That was so many hits, though.
This is a scary moment, though, Trent. Chrono up in a few seconds.
Yeah, with the
double
DD.
damage gets popped. Here's the setup, looking for more, but they'll jump right on to the Slardar, thanks to the Mars Arena.
Now
and they ping out Roche. Yeah. No. And now pretty hard for Secret to even think about contesting this. You don't really want to fight into the Chrono, and with the DD, it's going to give them a minuscule window to react, and I think it's already expired.
Zai's had like 2 really painful deaths this game. The one down the bottom when he tried to make that play after Puppy dove in, and then that one in the mid lane that gives up the Roche, because like he's trying to get this BKB because this game just changes completely. The freedom that it's going to give him to follow up on what Puppy does, as well as like he's essentially the chaos that creates moments for Shackles, and then for Nimbus, and then for the Morphling to waveform through and throw out the E-Blade. It's all predicated on what Zai can do as that like secondary initiator after Puppy, or sometimes even the initial initiation from Zai. And the BKB is just like insane this game. He needs
absolutely.
it so bad versus everything but Chrono.
And here's the jump up top. They're going to find Puppy again. But this is 5 heroes, so not a death that you should feel too bad about. It is some space creation.
And this is where the thing that comes into play. Because we talk about like what was missing in the draft, right? Like maybe like first initiation is a little bit rough. That's why Epileptic's been basically just like jumping and chronoing. But now that DM has the Eels, it's like a little bit better. But the tower pressure was the other thing that they were missing out on. And GBK just means 1 kill is a tower gone.
Tier 2 up top falls. Zeus did stop off for that Yules, and now about halfway to the Aghanim's. So more progress being made. Nisha farming so fast this game. Really putting those BOTs to good use. And now the Void, he's got this Manta with the Sanj on the side. Aegis also in the hands of Pugna right now, who's gone for the level 2 Dagon. Looks like he's just going to go level 5 Dagon straight up. He wants the big burst to try to deal with this Morphling.
Yapsor.
They find him, and Yapsor will fall. The laser. It's fun when you can buy Dagon as a legitimate.
It really is.
You know, like Pugna, Puck, Nyx, couple of heroes. It's like, yeah, good choice. Yeah, good call, man.
Half a decade ago, and Dagon every game on Nyx. He had a Dagon cosmetic for his tail. It was so popular.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's the only hero I've ever played where I've gotten for not buying Dagon. Again, years ago, I'm going my, but it was really that prolific.
Zai? I mean, how much HP is it? It's 1340. All right, let's run. Right click. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm out.
Laser.
Oh, he's healed.
Laser. Good night, Zai. Slardar down again. But this is kind of space.
Jeez, I mean, Nether Shawl too. Oh my god, he does so much damage with that Dagon.
Extra 8%.
He currently does 666 with it, even without decrep.
How are you feeling about the state of this game? I still feel like Secret are holding kind of steady. Yeah, it's a little scary. Yes, VPP have the lead right now. They've got Aegis, but Secret are just feeding these little one-off singleton kills that don't feel like they're really amounting to that much. Am I crazy? Am I being biased here because Secret's on such a hot streak that Like, look at this right here. Puppy's still alive. He's slowly baiting this in. Now the Mars Arena comes out. There's this little fight going on down bottom. Wind Ranger is going to die, so they lose 2.
And they still have Chrono and Aegis.
I guess, yeah. But how much time is left on Aegis? Like, Secret are maybe going to be able to time out this Aegis and not have to deal with a high ground defense. Against a Pugna, that feels like a little bit of a victory, no?
I guess, but it's also first Aegis, and they took 2 towers with it, too. Top and mid-tier, too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Void is going to go Scotty.
with
That's a cool item.
Yeah, it's very good versus the Morph.
What does Dota Plus think? 65-35. Pro.
I might give it like 75, but that's close enough.
All right.
Because it is, as you said, it's one of those situations where it can still get turned around, but, I mean, there's the pick-off potential of just a simple Yules. Like, when does anyone not die to that on this team? Actually, never.
Where Zai died, though? I mean, that is such an aggro spot to be in. It's keeping VPP on their side of the map, and they are farming faster, so this isn't good for Secret, but...
I mean, you don't actually
like
get gold from deaths, though, so, like, he needs a BKB.
Well, yeah.
Oh, there goes the Absol. Oh, my God.
That's a dumb amount of damage.
Oh, DM went for it. He jumped in. Oh, this might cost DM his life. The greed.
This Zeus does a lot of damage. Matu's here also. Phoenix Egg comes out, and Nisha's dead. All right, now Puppy, he's going to get blown up. They're dropping like flies. Yeah, you might have been right here, Trent. It wouldn't be the first time that you were right and I went left.
Yeah,
one outer tower remains.
Not quite enough to finish off DM, despite that aggressive, a bit risky. That's one of those things that maybe could have got turned around on you, but just going for that like kill onto Yaps or but he. But yeah, they actually all die to Yule's spear. Until I mean, I guess they have the Nimbus. That's like kind of a counterplay.
He's got it now.
Maybe it'll save someone globally.
He's got the Nimbus. It is starting to get a little out of hand. 9K net worth, soon to be 10, 22 to 7.
They got Matu up here.
Closing in on this next big item. And yeah, this Morphling's low on mana also. Stunned up. There's the Chrono. Do they have the damage here? A bash. Matu, he's shifting. Wait, form. The club, but the haste of the it's so hard. They a spear. He's out of mana. No more shifting here. Now back towards the Roche pit. They do get save.
Man, potential
cost them a Morphling.
Double stand-in victory in game 1 here. Pretty impressive.
I mean, there's potential, yeah. At least see kill. I'm really here. That's rough to see the Morphling go down like that. Though, if he had more mana, he might have been able to live. He still had more strength to gain.
Oh, that was nice. That's the same.
Now. Maybe the turn onto Phoenix. They get the bash. They need some more stuns. No, the egg is there, but I think they can bring it down. They've got enough heroes, and it's off. Nisha does end up falling, though. DM very low. Shackle shot does connect, but it doesn't stop Epileptic Kid. It's a 1 for 2. Morphling's still dead from the fight before. In the back, Zai, he's going to dive. He goes in onto DM. But Yule's Scepter, and now is Zai going to pay for this? He gets speared into the tree line. GPK is here, and Zai gets zapped.
God, they're all just getting bug zapped. Down 816 when he had a he's at 907 to Zai there. Oh man, that thing is brutal.
Yep. The victory for VP.Prodigy.
That was a pretty good bait attempt though down bottom, right? They had everyone set up in the tree line. They timed the Nimbus so that he didn't get off the combo with the spear when the Axor came down from the Yules. But all that VP.Prodigy are waiting for is Roche, and it's a medium timer. It's 2 minutes, so just over the halfway.
And despite Secret having Star, it seems like a tall order for them to really contest the Roche pit in like a 5v5 scenario.
Yeah, 5v5 they But sneak.
Yes.
Because as you said, they have Slardar.
Yeah.
That is, they could do that within like 15 seconds probably if Matsu is there with them.
With injured, that ult is significant.
That's actually, if they could get pressure bottom lane, like, if they could bait them into trying to kill Yapsor, that would actually be a worth it play to steal that Aegis away. Because the Pugna really wants the Aegis to just sit up front and kill towers.
Yep, I'm pretty in on that. I think sneaking a Roche would be big.
That's why Yapsor gets still down bottom. They actually catch him at the
Epileptic Kid. This is bold. Manta's away. Out comes the Chrono, and now they kill Matu. Egg is going to go off. We'll see if it stuns much. Doesn't look like it. Puppy low. Try to make it away, but not going to be so lucky. He'll fall alongside his good buddy Zai, and that's 3 down. 3 for nil. Side of Secret.
Yeah, I was almost expecting the GG there, frankly.
Yeah, maybe not quite yet, but it's looking rough. I don't think we've seen that true 5v5 out of Secret, though. That opportunity down bottom looked good, but then we remember that the Morphling was dead before that fight started. That little skirmish up top there, no Zeus.
They can't 5v5. 5v5 is not an option.
I mean, I don't think they'll tap out before like an opportunity to defend the high ground as a group. That'll be the ultimate test for Virtus.Prodigy.
I mean, didn't they open Void Phoenix?
Correct.
I guess it's like...
It was 3rd pick Ench.
It's a very interesting draft situation because they just zap them down again. They open Void Phoenix, so you know they're probably going to have the team fight edge. And they never tried to counter the team fight edge. They went all in on the pick-off, but they didn't necessarily get, like, pick-off and wave clear. Like, they kind of did with, like, the bot Zeus to, like, help out in terms of like the global presence. It definitely makes the pickoff better, but I don't think his wave clear is fast enough to make that work necessarily. So when they didn't get enough pickoffs early to like keep the game even or even give themselves an edge, the game just put them on the back foot the entire time, where they're always just like struggling to keep up.
I think it was a great choice for the Void to buy a farming this game, like the Midas. It's allowed him to get ahead and stay ahead, and now the gap between him and the Morphling is insane.
I think they...
Enchantress low, double heal, Nether Strike.
She's a Nimbus!
She's actually still alive. Oh my god, now the Morphling comes in. They turn on the Puppy instead, and he'll be the first casualty. Now Matu, turns into Void, time walk away. Zai, now he's the one left behind as Phoenix Egg goes off, and Mars finishes him down.
Man. They really respected the Spearbreaker this draft, too. They picked heroes that Spearbreaker is just awful versus. I mean, this was overall Spearbreaker.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. It was like the very first pick of the draft, and it sacked the lane top because he's just not a 5 that can really do a whole lot. Or at least he can't salvage a extremely strong dual lane. Aegis, maybe? GBK? Yeah, okay. Somebody get in there. And they just picked 5 heroes that he can't really kill.
Yeah.
I mean, they just all have a way to like increase that gap after the initial charge.
You were pretty rightfully skeptical about this. It's like, what does the Spirit Breaker do in lane as a 5? Not that much. What does he do in the mid game as a 5? Not that much. And here at 33 minutes, it's tough. And just against these heroes, we'll see a little fight break out down bottom, but Nisha stunned up, silenced, done.
Yeah, Yapsor gave him what he just got out.
Matsu TP's home, as does Yappy. Up to 20k net worth lead now. Where's Pro.Prodigy? Secret bettors sweating right now, Trent. I took a peek at the odds at the beginning of this game, and I think it was 1.0 something for Team Secret.
That's not worth.
Oh, there you go, the pop-up. Betway, 6.5 to 1.08.
1.08. Okay.
So, rip.
Lock, Jerry. It's a lock.
It's a lock. We'll see. It's not over yet, Trent. It's not over yet. What does Dota Plus think? 92%. It's 92% round we go. Tier 3 glyphed up. And Secret, they're not even really mounting a defense. They do have a safety tower down bottom. That's a tier 2 standing. But they're going to sack the mid, take another wave of creeps, I guess, for their Slardar up top. Zai says, guys, if I can just get the BKB, you don't understand.
The guys been working on it for so long. I feel this pain. I've been this Slardar so many times.
And look at this. VPP, they back up. Maybe a little nervous about a backstab or some sort of a trap. They leave the range barracks standing and let the illusions go to work on it. And they'll go for this tier 2 instead. I'm ready to see this final hold.
I was getting the hammer. Oh, at least probably
where it can get dicey, though. Yeah, they're split up, and they'll burn the arena onto Puppy. That's 60-second cooldown, Trent. Wasted again.
Wow, yeah, big waste. Wouldn't you believe it? Just for the 5. I mean, by the time he gets the high ground, it might be like 15 seconds away.
Okay, there's the BKB on Slardar. This is Zai's fight, and ooh, Matu, he's in similar territory.
This is one of the richer Pugnas that I've seen.
Oh yeah, this has been
like
a great
ahead of the
show.
entire enemy team at 35 minutes.
GPK hasn't died yet, right? 16-0 non.
Oh, there you go. That's the comeback, is it? All right, who needs the kill?
Morphling, dog.
That's a BKB if he gets that kill.
Yeah. Now this has been an absolutely fantastic showing from GPK.
Now, what is going on with the CIS squads today, huh?
Topsy-turvy. Classic Dota pit. Uh-oh. Nisha up top. Are they going to find him? Are they going to find him? TP. Oh!
Have we entered a new era of the CIS Power Ranger stacks? Of like,
I don't know.
Destroying any and all of the literally the best team in the world quivers in fear of the Power Ranger upset squad.
Yeah, but leave it to Dota
Powered
pit
by J4 Shoshlo.
The first tournament that has 2 upsets in that Nigma Secret Series that opened the whole event. I mean, how many Dota pits have we been to where some major game-changing patch drops like 2 days before the tournament starts? It's been half their minors or something. It's absolutely insane. I think Dota pit has the best RNG with invents and patches.
Yeah, they got someone on the inside.
Making your shit like just extra mega hype because people just want to see what happens on the new patch. There was one miner in particular, I think, saved by that. Quality of the teams was completely made up for by new patch. Now DM get caught.
That is their first kill in a while.
Yep. Look at that. 550 gold for Nisha, buddy. They're all on streaks.
I don't even remember when someone died. I guess they got to kill bottom on the Phoenix. That was like the last kill, right? I feel like.
I think so.
It was so long ago.
All right, Void has Scotty, and he has the Halberd.
Dude, that was like 10 minutes ago or something. It was like, okay, it was like 6 minutes ago.
Void also has an MKB, but here you go. The fight mid with no Mars. This is about as good as it's going to get. Zai does pop the BKB. He's zoning the whole back line. Secret,
no Aegis.
Get in here. Onto the Phoenix egg, but they finish off. Epileptic Kitty actually lives. He gets off the chrono. Will start to go on to Yapsor, but that's the Yule Scepter to stop it. Still finds the kill, but now Zai's gone down. It's not looking like this great fight after all. Matu jumps in with the BKB. Epileptic Kid low. Time walk up in 2.
Dude, the help is working. It saved him.
And now Matu, no BKB. He's on the run. He's getting zapped down. He's dead. That's 3 sidelined with no buyback on the side of Secret. So close, yet so far.
Yeah, they would have needed quite a few of those, but still impressive nonetheless. I think they've done it, guys. This one's, yeah, they're cooked.
6.5 return, Trent.
The value.
Can they do it? There's the Hex on the Puppy. Oh God, run!
Spirit cast range, man. He still has the Nether Shawl on it. 38 minutes, by the way.
Is there something better for Puppy?
No, there's really not.
I don't think so.
I mean, they've gotten Minotaur Hordes, an Illusion Cave. You look at all these other neutralites, it's like, no, there's nothing better for Pugna.
But why are Virtus Pro picking up here? Why not just finish the barracks? I guess they're being cautious without chrono.
There was
no eggs.
Outpost behind them, so they want to guarantee they get it at 40 as well as they don't get TP'd on. Because there's still weird angle stuff. stuff, like BKB on the slider and Spirit Breaker charges.
I mean, they're very far ahead, but I guess it is team secret, so you are respecting that 3% potential turnaround. You know,
they almost lost that Black Kid that last fight too.
Yeah,
it was close.
Yeah, living edge. They've got the quickening charm on Zeus. That's nice.
Oh man, did you see that? The dive away meteor hammer. It's gonna work. It killed him.
Wow. Meteor hammer.
That was dirty.
This item is dumb good on Phoenix, though. I think one of the absolute best.
Here we go. Ready? Oh, he just did the dive.
Zai.
It's just too fast.
Oh no. BKB.
Enemy heroes.
Nope. Stunned up right away. Blasted. BKB ain't gonna save you from that. Whew.
Man. He's so stacked on this void right now. He's terrifying.
Puppy's about to buy a 40-minute drums. Thoughts on this, Trent?
Something for the team fight. It's a good choice. Just spend all your gold. I mean, probably couldn't afford Vlad's.
With Vlad's that much more expensive than drum?
I think considering the buyback. Drum's
okay.
14,
No, you almost say buyback.
He would have lost buyback if we bought Vlad's.
Okay. In on the void. Meteor hammer. There is a glyph. Secret. They'll use it. And
all right, they got a refresher
available.
Get the bongos, Puppy. Play him out.
Satanic and Arcane Rune on Faceless Void. This is tough.
He almost got it with no buyback. That was so close.
That was a tightener right there. Yeah, that'll wake you up.
He actually, after doing that, he just put in the Shaco. He's like, he took his one go with the shawl still, the bonus damage, and it was like, okay, fine. I'll just take
they got the
1,000 HP.
The Illusionist Cape on Void, so good.
Yeah.
All right, Secret in Hail Mary territory here. Smoke up now. Chronosphere available. Looking for the jump. Secret also smoked up. DM has the BKB. Puppy in the back line breaking this up. This could be good for Secret. They stopped the combo. Yapsor taking pretty good damage. The Chrono only hits the Wind Ranger. Yapsor. Puppy, he's low, somehow still alive. Phoenix goes off and does stop Zai, and they'll still lose 3. Okay. Oh, not good, but they do force out most of the big ultimates, and now they'll go in on the DM. That's a kill. But Zeus low, and Matu gonna be hard pressed to survive, but he does get off a time walk after a nice morph. Puppy low here. It will go down. That's a dieback for him. No buyback on Zai or Yatsu, and that's the GG.
Yeah, he dropped the branch first, and then the keys soon to follow. That was straight domination. Very similar to game 1 of Nigma versus Navi, where you just have a strategy that is very clearly supposed to do one thing, and like Nigma
a draft ready to rock and roll. Trent, welcome back to the broadcast.
Thank you. What does it take to get promoted around here, huh? What does it take to get promoted from being pros?
I don't know.
You know, what if they beat Team Secret here?
Over Secret.
Yeah, I'm calling HQ after that one to be like, yeah, what do you say we swap the? Yeah, I think whoever was the last team to beat Secret should get to be the first squad.
Okay, I'm totally okay with that. I think that is a fair reward. And again, it's not just that Virtus.Prodigy won that first game. They won convincingly. They drafted smart. They had a very clear strategy. You can see Secret already. They banned out the Void. Puppy takes away one of those big team fight tools. The Enchantress also going to be removed, so no more Dispel to deal with.
Now, here's a question, though. Was this a little bit of game one of Nigma where it was a bit of an experimental and strange draft? Because there were some parts of that were a little bit crazy. Like surely Puppy's going to first pick Spirit Breaker again. That I don't doubt. I can 100% still see that happening.
It is very much his style.
Yeah.
Ban out the two key heroes that prevented it from working, your Void and your Enchantress, and go right back for the same thing, the mental warfare. No, this time they're going to delve into the reserve time. And maybe we could chalk it up to the reserve time, Trent. Secret only had a minute in the bank instead of the normal 2:10, so Puppy couldn't think about his first pick long enough, and that's why he had to get the Spirit Break. It all makes sense now.
MMR that worth it? That's the question.
Well, we'll see, I suppose. Vengeful Spirit instead going to be the opener for Team Secret.
Maybe they were prophesizing game one when they banned the CK in the Drow. Maybe this is a Drow strat coming out.
10 seconds remaining.
And maybe they want an Arc Warden strat, like these other Venge openers we see.
So, what, you think it's this big brain thing where Puppy banned CK to make Virtus.Prodigy think that CK is really good, so now that it's not banned in game 2, they'll be more tempted to pick it. Is that the logic?
No.
That's some big brain shit.
No, I was just making a bad reference about the fact that it's draft. I mean, CK will be good versus Arc Warden in some ways, at least. No, I see Venge. I immediately think Drow and Arc Warden. Those are the two heroes that one should be considering, I would think. I mean, TB too, for sure.
Radiant team pick.
And they take the Drow, so you sniped it, buddy.
Shocking, I know, guys. Venge Drow. I might have the biggest brain in Dota. It's entirely possible. I'm willing to accept it.
So what's the response here? They've already got the Wind Ranger. What's your go-to against Drow these days? Like, is this Spectre?
I mean,
do you take a Spectre this early?
They have 10th pick. It's like kind of tempting. I don't know. There's definitely teams that would do it. I don't know if Virtus.Prodigy are one of them. They're not necessarily like big Spectre pickers, but they're also just not a team that we've seen a whole lot of. I mean, their last official matches were the last Dota pick. It was 2 months ago. They haven't actually been playing in any of their leagues. I mean, I tried to see if like Epileptic Kid's been like standing in for anyone or anything. I can't really find him. I don't think Save and DM have been playing either. They've just been kind of on hiatus. So there's a bit of a mystery as to like how much of the current meta they're into. Like they might just take like a Bloodseeker or something too. I could see that being kind of annoying. For like the lane control with the Wind Ranger and the Bloodright spam. But they go Timber. Drow does not cut through plus armor. She only cuts through base armor. So reactive armor is very good versus this hero.
Yes. I still don't like Timber.
I know.
I get why it's good against Drow, but
it's a little awkward when you don't have at least something that it feels like really good with like the Whirling Death and stuff, but I think
maybe
it's
they can build around it. It can be okay. It just seems hard to execute with, and Drow still does a lot of damage, right? So there comes this point in the game where even though she doesn't cut through all the reactive armor, she can still kill Timbersaw if he gets swapped and stunned by the Venge, for example. And there's still plenty of time for Secret to draft some big-time magic damage. You know, what if they pick up Zeus again, for example? That's pretty good against Timber. They've got 3 picks now to react to this and make sure Timber doesn't take over the game. So I'm just a little concerned seeing Timber this early, that's all. Spectre banned out immediately by Secret. Like that quite a bit.
Yeah, no shocker there.
No, maybe a Slark, ban him out as well.
I mean, there's also like PL. We talk about it as a hero that's like you don't see very often, but at least that's something. Can be pretty busted.
Yeah.
And it's also the same thing as V-Tune. Epileptic Kid's like big hero that he rose with was Phantom Lancer. So I would keep it in mind at the very least.
Okay.
Even if he is kind of bad now.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. Man, they are going deep on the reserve here to decide what they want to ban. I mean, maybe toying with the idea of the Visage ban. They take out the Necrophos, very good against Timbersaw, and something Matu likes to play, quite a green hero.
I definitely like the Visage ban. I think that's a really good snipe. Because, like, you know that Matu plays it, and you know they'd be happy to just give the Drow to Nisha and go all weird. I mean, I think they both play it. I'm not even sure, actually.
5 seconds remaining.
But Matu's definitely who you think of, for sure.
Yeah.
Team ban.
There's that PL ban, so sticking with the carries.
Yeah, Nisha definitely plays
I think Slark is still pretty high on my list of carries that are annoying against Drow, outside of the ones that are banned already.
Yeah, I could see it.
10 seconds remaining.
Isn't Bloodseeker pretty good against Timber? Is that another hero that's like... we don't see him a lot in these pro games, but I know he's been rising in stock in pubs. Is he like a
he's
sleeper
rising
hero?
In pro too. Like he's first phase ban in a lot of the close qualifiers.
Okay, all right.
Because of the offlane strat where you just you spam the blood red. I mean, Secret were one of the teams that like pioneered it in terms of like bringing it into pro matches. I mean, they even credited it to Seb when they did it. They're like, yeah, we saw Seb was doing this a lot in pubs, so now Zai's doing it because it looked really good.
And it is.
We just seriously stole it instead of blood redding every wave. It's really strong.
Radiant team ban.
I like the Viper ban, not only because it's a hero secret like, but we've seen Viper with Venge, and that combo is actually really nasty. The Viper gets a Dragonlance, he can outrange towers and just sit so far back that it's a real nuisance. Oh man, very good against Timber.
It's just a he's just going by the numbers, dude. These are like the biggest pub counters. Like stats wise to Drow, it's like these three heroes and Tinker and Lycan. The other two.
Okay. Yeah.
It's really funny. But just because like Zeus is, I mean, obviously they just played the last game, so it's probably like also fresh in the head. But I wouldn't say that he's like a super common hero these days.
Well, Bat Rider also banned out. Now it goes over to VP.Prodigy. And still quite a bit of flexibility with these two heroes. The Wind Ranger could be core support. Timber could be mid, could be off.
Did you know that in the hero stats in Dota Buff, there is a number for how many times and how long the hero's been played for? Have I told you this before? Like the duration.
Yes.
Guys,
like the hours played.
Yeah, do you guys know how much time Pudge has been played? Ladies and gentlemen, collectively, you all have played 63,572 years of Pudge.
10 seconds remaining.
Think about that.
That's a staggering
insane.
amount of time.
That's like, that's like actually you can't even fathom that in your brain of how much human time has been spent playing Pudge. Think of all the missed hooks.
Yeah, right. Holy shit. Well, they pick up Grimstroke for VP.Prodigy, and this hero enables a lot of good carries. I mean, honestly, Bloodseeker for Prodigy could be a real option here when you buffed up by the Grimstroke, but now Clockwork and an immediate Ember. Okay. Yeah, that might be a little better.
When you were talking about the Slark, the other hero that I was thinking about was the Ember, because this it creates the same problem of the tower push, right? Like Timber, whenever you pick him up, you always got to think like, okay, but who's gonna actually like, hit the tower? Because Timber's like pretty good at first, so then you often run into this problem of like the high ground siege eventuality. And now they do have the Timber and the Ember, and then yeah, the Bloodseeker does finally make his way in here. I think either team could have been pretty good with this hero this game.
Definitely. This secret draft now feels a lot more well-rounded. Clockwork and Bloodseeker, two really good heroes for getting in the back line and also peeling for Drow. You've also got the swap from Vengeful Spirit to save her. So a great supporting cast for this big carry. And you've got pretty good options against these Virtus.Pro Prodigy heroes. You got two forms of silence, very effective against Ember and Timber.
If I recall correctly, they play a lot of Epileptic Kid Ember in a 1. I think that was like one of their like hallmark things where they're very willing to send it to the safe lane I don't think this is necessarily for, yeah, even like their last game with it was Epileptic Kid.
Okay.
So I think that is something to be considering here. Oh, sorry, it was 2 games ago. My bad. Yeah, they need push, though. They need someone to actually kill towers. I think the PA is a very interesting ban. Like, kind of good versus Drow, but at the same time, PA would be a little bit wild for that VP.Prodigy strat.
Yeah, I guess with the Grimstroke, you're so buffed up that it gets really scary for the Drow, and you can't necessarily save her.
Oh,
I would agree, though.
Shout out to Mr. Walliver Twist on Twitter, who messaged me to be like, "Yo, Trent, you idiot." Actually, he was very nice about it. He didn't call me an idiot. But the meta earlier today on the PA, you guys probably saw that Reddit thread, which I totally forgot about, where the talents, it hits for all of your illusions when you have the minus armor talents. So that's why Manta's really good on Deso or on PA because of the blight talent. So there you go. So thanks for the reminder.
It's like, yeah,
because I was like
-3 for each illusion. It's like a unique instance.
So then you add the Deso on top, and that's a lot of blow up.
Yeah, that's a stupid minus armor. So Lena, the final ban, and Chaos Knight once again banned out by Puppy. So final pick here, most likely your mid hero, I guess.
Yeah, and it looks like, oh, you know what's smart is that they ban heroes that are both good versus Ember and Timber mid, though. So like now they can still do either. Like the Lena or the Monkey King, depending on what this is. They can either send the Timber or the Ember to the mid.
What does Secret take here? What ties it all together?
Well, to me, Drow is the one that's AFK farming the whole time, which makes me think it's a Matu hero.
Is there any reason not to get Visage?
That's the question. Like, what kind of a timer do you think you're going to hit? It's a lot of building damage.
Does force you to play pretty fast, but, I mean, you've got 5 heroes that love playing fast, so...
Man, if only Skywrath was still really good. That looks kind of filthy, doesn't it?
It really does, actually. I mean, I was kind of thinking Puck, get some magic damage mixed in, have some control. It's another form of silence, so that might be overkill. I mean, they could do something a little more greedy, like Storm Spirit, still available.
I mean, with the spell amp from Bloodseeker 2? Come on, guys. I know you're down a game, but...
I mean, I would have suggested
live a little.
Had they not banned it. Some big magic damage output could be nasty, and it's the Shadow Fiend. I saw somebody in Twitch chat called this.
That's a good one.
And that's a nasty addition. You've also got the Shadow Fiend Clockwork Cogs. We'll see if he gets those free souls at the beginning.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, that's good.
That's old school. But
Timber and Ember.
Yeah. Neither of them won a lane against Shadow Fiend. And he also just has that extra minus armor, the tempo that they like, that they should want to play. And now VP.Prodigy go for the Templar Assassin.
They pick their 3rd mid hero, so they can find something to go mid versus a Shadow Fiend. Good choice. So Zai returns on the Bloodseeker combo they've been playing there with the Clockwork Yapster with that Immortal and Treasure 3.
Well, what do you think, buddy? Do you like this secret draft? Do you feel like this one's an out draft? Or do you think VP.Prodigy could maybe 2-0 this series?
I think it's another Timber game. It's very similar to the one from Nigma earlier, where it just comes down to like how much can the Timber do? Like step 1 is your tower. Taking down your tower, getting the pressure in between, maybe forcing rotations, or just like guaranteeing it with the siege wave and just like kind of camping the siege catapult to ensure that you get tower kill. And then what do you do after that? Like where can you exert your influence? Our earlier TA game was a big problem because she just could not get enough at the start. She did eventually win, but she was like 3rd or 4th on net worth for a lot of the game. And if you're Virtus.Pro-Prodigy, you're going to try and keep GPK a lot higher this match.
I haven't seen Shadow Fiend in a while, so I also don't know exactly what to expect there.
We have both of the builds. This is viable at the moment, I would say. Whoa. All right, that was cool. Wind Ranger just like jumped out of there. That was wild.
Both builds, you mean like magical or physical?
Yeah, well, more so like Blink Yules or like a more even build. Like we've seen just like straight up glass can.
I would... I'll Blink Yules like the magic build, where you're looking to like one pop people with your ulti and stuff.
Yeah, or there's just like Drums BKB is probably viable when you're playing with a Drow. would say.
And how does that mid matchup go? Is it pretty even, or is that also Shadow Fiend favored?
No, that's TA. This is TA's life. It's a straight up counter pick for sure.
Could be worse. Oh,
It's like the only thing that Shadow Fiends usually ban, I would say.
Huh. Okay.
Again, not the only thing, but it's a very common ban, I would say, for some of the Shadow Fiend teams that we've seen lately. It's like Queen of Pain sometimes still, and then TA.
All right, well, pressure on Nisha.
No Cogs plays, though, eh?
Yeah, I guess not. It is an opportunity cost for the Clockwork, because they do generally like to go battery assault first. So,
To battle.
I don't know. Has that just been reason to be not worth it? Shadow Fiends. And also, does Shadow Fiend go
I was going to say, he's going to want
level 1?
raise,
They usually go
that's-
raise now, so
Yeah.
I guess it's just dead.
I mean, I'm sure it's still fine in some matchups. It's probably worth it in some matchups to do it. But
I
it's
mean, I
just-
probably wouldn't have mentioned it except for the fact that Peksu mentioned it last time I was casting with him. And as a pro player, I was like, all right, so you're still... It's like, I don't want to lay in against the Shadow Fiend with free souls to start like that. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Me neither.
Yeah, it's just still a matchup dependent thing. I think it costs a lot to do it now, though, because you have to like stay in the fountain unless your Clockwork wants to wind up with no mana in the lane.
That's
There's
true.
a lot of pressure to get out early and scout lanes now. Teams are just like way better at these rotation plays.
Yes, that is another big opportunity cost. I think that's a really good point. Well, odds has shifted. 1.8 for VP.Prodigy and 1.85 for Team Secret. Sorry, Betway.
Wait, what? Are you saying it's worth more to bet on Secret? That can't be right.
Yes, it is by 0.05.
I refuse to believe that is true without looking at it.
Okay, well,
What?
those are the numbers that popped up. First blood onto DM.
How can that
I
be
didn't make
possible?
the numbers. I'm just reporting the numbers. Well, because they got rocked by 2 Deathless Heroes in game 1. I don't know. The algorithms don't know what to do. They don't handle extremes very well, Trent.
Okay. All right. Well,
Value Tim.
I'm a rambling gameplay.
I see. Well, a nice early start for Secret. And they are going to set up these lanes with an aggro try. So it's Drow down bottom. No surprise to see Nisha mid. But then up top, it is a solo Zai right now on this Bloodseeker. And it's not necessarily easy for him. He does get off a blood right. But Save is poking him hard.
Yeah, DM has done the long walk, so they have the edge in terms of the rotations, with like TPs and everything. But yeah, the full force back there onto Lil, as they've the bully action happening. They tend to do this with the Ember too. Is if they're going to play in the side lane, they give him this Radiant off lane, kind of the EG classic of a good secured farm as long as you can stop the pulls. Probably not what they were hoping for from a Secret right now. These matchups. At
So
least.
talk to me about this hard counter mid, buddy.
I mean, it's
The
just
Shadow Fiend's doing pretty damn well.
time raises and everything.
No, he's 13-3 against the 9-3 TA. He's winning.
Oh, Timber's dead.
DM dies again. Sorry, distracted us.
I guess he's level 1 with Timber Chains. But yeah, there you go. That explains it. I mean, it's Shadow Fiend. Like, you think about where he has played, sides start coming out, he's just like free food for all the pure damage.
It ramps up. These early levels are where it's kind of even, but it'll start shit more fatigue.
Yeah, it didn't do anything early, right? She just stands there with action. I think it's also just kind of like a tempo thing too, where like the Shadow Fiend isn't necessarily going to be hunting you in the jungle or anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good point about that dynamic. Bottom lane, Lil almost dead. Now the turn onto Puppy. He's taking tower shots, gets stroked. Barely lives, 50 HP. And DM does hit level 2 now, so at least has reactive armor, but you can see Matu laying in the frost arrows. Lil actually beats him to level 3.
How's Zai doing? 4 laps. Getting that blood right spam control that you like to see is, geez, again, they're still back on them.
I mean, this tri lane is nasty. That's going to be 2 down. Lil and DM both dead. The Clockwork in the front line. The Venge with the stuns. Store will die to the tower.
TP.
But at the same token, though, doesn't Shadow Fiend kind of want to jungle? He sort of relies on farming neutrals with raises. Oh, yeah, you're giving space to TA, but Shadow Fiend's equally happy that TA is doing the same thing. You know, she's not hunting the same way.
Oh, that was scary. He was trying to hide there to make sure that SF didn't get that room, and then it spawned top anyway.
Only
I think
illusion.
it's like it's more important for that hero to be free, you know, and like make sure no one's like invading her stats and like getting her ancients and everything.
I'm really excited to see what build Nisha ends up going for.
I love watching the Blink Yules, but I kind of feel like that's not going to be at this game. Doesn't seem necessary, really. Like with the hook shot and with the drow.
I would agree from a purely spectator perspective. Big fan. Oh, GPK takes a double raise mid. Third one hit by the refraction.
That's the other thing too, is that SF has to go for these like burst kills. So it makes sense why this is kind of a good matchup for the TA. Although Nisha stays aggro on this. Yeah, again, a little bit close there. I can see still had the last refraction.
Zai still with 8 CS though. He is playing support Bloodseeker right now. Hasn't died yet, so I guess that's a victory.
I mean, the Timber only has 5, so I mean, although DM has at least been so present that he still has more gold than Zai, and probably more XP. I don't know, it's about even. It's actually like half level up for Zai.
And it's not a big difference between the farmers either. I mean, Matsu is #1, but it's only by 150, 200 gold.
Look at this though. GBK hits 6, and they just instantly bring Yapstorm in. He spots him with the trap and the tree line.
Good call.
But that allowed Nisha to just get like a little bit more gold and XP here before the traps become a real threat.
So, Trent, I think I can explain the 1.8s for you. That's the series odds, the like live odds that rolled, not game 2 odds.
I mean, still though.
I'm just saying, it's
yeah,
like,
yeah, no, I hear you on that.
The roller coaster of the best of 3, not individual map. It's still wild though. Those are the best odds you're gonna see on Secret in a hot minute.
Look at this level 2 win rate.
It
still rotates in.
Nisha likely to fall. They need a bit more damage. Can they find it? Save presses forward, and they do get the kill. Haste Rune to make the escape. And that'll be it. Just a kill on the Shadow Fiend.
They're bringing up
rotation from
Kid. He's got 2 remnants.
Oh.
Dude, they want this catapult wave kill. They want the tower.
This is a smart play. They don't have enough resources to tank it. Yeah. Well, that's the great thing about Ember. You can make that play, and then you just jump to your remnant back up top, and very little downtime. Not a big opportunity cost there.
I like that a lot. Try and create something with your catapult, as well as just like straight up pressure Nisha out of there. He actually down bottom. What is he up to now? Trying to make something happen with Yap? Maybe hoping that they would catch the Timber like jungling or something. And he's go the small camp and get his souls back.
Okay. Yeah, moving into treads.
If this works though, and they help him get a kill into DM, this is kind of all right.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get this.
Battery Assault very effective against Timbersaw, as you can see, and Matsu takes credit.
Stall it.
Well done.
All right, just the jungling SF. That's cool. And it's Puppy who gets mid, so he'll have a very early 6. He's already 5 1/4, 8 minutes. As they start diving onto Zai.
Yep. Only level 5 on this Bloodseeker.
I don't think they
might make it out. The slight misses, and Shackle only level 1.
Look at Zai.
Zai is so good at this, though. He's a great min-maxer, and this ended up being an amazing bait play. They don't get off the blood right. Save will head up to the high ground, and the Delta split might prevent either from going down. Yeah, they'll both live.
Yeah, the pings came out a bit too late. I think he was trying to say that Nisha might be there, but he actually went up instead. So
that was like the most Zai play I've ever seen.
Yeah, the instant just like backpedaling and go, oh, hello? You still want to keep chasing me?
As soon as they run, you go to fight, and as soon as they chase, you go to run. You just keep playing that game one step ahead. It's like when you bump into somebody and you both go left and you both go right, and then you do it another time and you're like, wait, what just...
The life of Zai.
The life of Zai.
Matu is getting spotted by those obs here as he retreats into the triangle. Oh,
the home of every Drow player.
Yes. And gets the stack too. Nice.
Beautiful. Not as busted as this used to be, but still very fast. And even gets a broom handle. That's a nice addition.
I'll take
the attack range, sadly.
I love new Drow compared to the old versions with like the multi-shot and everything. She feels way more interactive compared to like the precision aura stuff.
Yeah.
And activate your precision aura on the catapult wave. Wow, guys, I'm gonna get the global push going.
Yeah, if you did not spam some games when Drow's ult was one-shotting Ancients, though.
Oh, yeah, that was a good feel. The instant
like,
blink by.
Yeah, you just screwed up. Like that. Those were peak carry Dota days. Well, see you guys later. I'm going to hit the triangle.
The only thing I ever really abused was that patch where Shadow Shaman could solo Roche with the ward trap. I did like 15 games straight of doing that, and I think I won like all of them. It was so stupid.
Puppy. Be okay. Both teams starting to reinforce, but neither, I think, really eager for a fight.
That's tome time, though, so soon things will be popping off here for Yapsor. Have we had a rupture yet?
I don't think so.
I think, yeah.
He hasn't been 6 for that long, so...
No, the catapult is approaching
net worth
top. That's going down.
Weird this is. Like, both teams have 2 heroes farmed very well, and everyone else is struggling.
Well, it's also, that's like the Team Secret Classic in terms of like spreading along that well, especially the Puppy Puck patch. That was the one where I've never seen a team who farmed so evenly.
Yeah, but this is particularly top heavy for both teams.
Well, what happened too is that they rotated Nisha so early out of that mid, down to that like bottom jungling thing, and gave the mid over to Puppy. Like Puppy's still poor, but at least his levels are fairly high, right? He's like level 7 without the tome.
First rupture just went out, and not so effective. Turns out Ember can remnant away. And if the distance is long enough, Trent, he doesn't take any damage.
Wowzers.
I know. And they use that opportunity with the rupture down to finish off the tier 1 tower mid. Moves here from VP.Prodigy. I heard a hook shot. There it is. Save. Going to be caught by Yapsor. And not going to live.
But he's a master tier Wind Ranger. I assumed he would just survive.
Well, Battery Assault has the one up there, unfortunately.
Must be pretty pleased about that Arcana, I would think. He was so thankful he leveled his battle pass up to 1790. Wow, GBK's at 2400. What do you even get at that point?
More treasures or something. Like if you won all the ultra rares.
He's just very confident in his chances at TI. Yeah, it's like
pandering.
It's an investment.
Well, look at my battle pass.
Yeah,
uh-oh.
Well, I meant for the prize money, but yeah, he's probably just pandering for good seating. As that Epileptic Kid is the Remnant out, but oh man, that was close.
Oh, Remnants are so good, and he's actually gonna live. He had a haste rune that whole time, then got ruptured, and still made it out. All right, we're 0 for 2 on the ruptures here.
Yeah, but he did get caught holding the hot pepper, so.
Oh,
you know,
shit.
It wasn't all victories around here.
His mouth is on fire. Now Nisha mid lane, TP home.
Man, it's a hell of a TP game, that is for sure. Between the ruptures, the Ember initiations, the Timbersaw, the TA, who's stunning people? Like,
you got Searing Chains and you got Magic Missile.
Yeah.
I guess you got Shackle and sort of Inkswell.
I mean, we have swaps. We have like some spells, but I guess it's just like the real ganking heroes. It's you got to be careful about what you're spending. All right, Yapsor's dead though.
Nope.
Oh,
he saw him chains. Yeah, he chained the creeps. Yapsor's like, all right, I'm good.
I just panned up there. I didn't even see it.
Oh, another TP.
They even had that ward too. They probably saw him, I assume, hide in there. That's why he went in. Save goes for the shackle mid. Can't quite get it. Off the creeps.
So what's Nisha looking at? Manta style. All right.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, it's just like standard items with the Drow. I think you just want to stand tall and right click as they pass the double.
Silence.
Hook shot.
Bump into they get the kid, they get Lil. Easy setup and a double for Matu.
Yeah, he's really snagging these kills. Nisha still no kills to his name. Puppy's got a kill. Nisha's 0-1-1. Puppy's 1-0-5. You pick it up, Nisha. Obviously, he's
even Puppy's got a kill.
Even Puppy. This man died 15 times last game.
It's the one kill. 1-0-5. So still a small lead for Vincere. Now down to about 200 net worth, and Secret with the XP lead to about 2,000.
BK's made like zero effort to be involved. He is just straight up rushing the Deso Blink as fast as he can. And to his credit, they're going to be done at 15 minutes. And just heading into 16, he'll be ready to either head to the Roche Pit, a little bit risky versus a clock, of course, the current status of the enemy team, but certainly willing to try and fight it up a little bit.
Roche definitely going to for Vincere, and that'll be their moment to really start getting a lot of momentum. They've already got 2 tier 1 towers, so it's a good start.
I mean, the problem is it's also there for Secret, right? I mean, they have Shadow on their team. They have a Drow. They have lots of right-click damage to get in there.
That's true.
It's also hard for GBK to necessarily go like super hard with just Deso and Blink. He doesn't have the best coverage heroes this game. You know, you think of like an Abba or like an Oracle or a Venge or something to like bail you out if it gets a little bit hairy. He can't just like jump in total abandon like Miracle gets set up so well in his games, right? He's got like 4 heroes to allow him to go nuts on the PA or the TA.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bottom lane is his save, like Shackle.
Gem. And this is where, like, yeah, you've got reactive armor against Drow. Hits pretty hard.
She silences you for 4 seconds, and you don't have a dispel yet, so.
Yeah. And he's actually going to go Blade Mail first item. Not going to be able to go for the dispel, but kind of a cool move from Vincere, thinking about going into the Roche Pit. Does get scattered out by the rocket flare, but the TA is invisible, so they might wait for the flare to expire and then go for this. Yeah, there it is. Sneaky from PPK.
Starts it with the double meld, too.
Oh, that's quite nice.
Into the triple minus 24 armor.
Now, can he get away with this, though? This feels risky. Up top, Epileptic Kid.
He had the slight dodge on the silence from the tree line there from Matu. That was scary. Nicely done, but that doesn't give them Roche. Now Roche is also running out. They might notice him. I don't think they had vision on him running around in there. Indeed, they didn't. So they might not know this is started. I didn't see if it was flared. It might have been.
I'm not sure.
I mean, he just had an invis rune run from full to 0, so I'm going to guess he didn't flare.
Secret all grouped up, posturing like they want to kill mid. Save, not that high value target. They're looking for double force staffs, actually, both Wind Ranger and Grimstroke, prioritizing the force.
That's good. That's
not an item they you normally want against Bloodseeker, but yeah, dumb good against everyone else. Saves for the silence as well.
I think DM's item choice is really hard this game. I don't know, like the Blade Mail is like kind of okay, but he can't go Yules because like there's Bloodright and Cogs and even Shadow Fiends. Like it just doesn't really save you from anything, even if you dispel the silence. Then the other item's Lotus, but it's so expensive that it's going to be a while before you get there because your TA is a vacuum absorbing all the farm on the map. So he has to go for this like middle of the road item in the Blade Mail because it's like the cost of a Lotus.
What about Greaves? Is that too passive to go Greaves first? Because he already has the Arcane Boots, like...
yeah, maybe it is just a bit too passive. I could see it perhaps being viable. They do start the fight at the road. Saves just dead.
So does Lil. And they bring him down so fast. Paper thin.
And the multi-shot just did like 800 damage to Grimstroke in that tiny burst.
They're going to buy back. They want to hold this, but now DM, he takes Rupture, and he's trying to inch his way forward, but still taking a lot of damage. Gets up to the high ground, but still dead to the Drow right clicks.
Feels like they still just need GBK. He's not confident yet without the BKB.
Well, now Roche going to be stolen by Secret, it looks like. VPP trying to move in. Roche now at 900 HP. Secret coming out of the pit. They want to take the fight.
Man.
They'll bring down Epileptic Kid. Shackle doesn't latch.
That blood right was so good. The way Zai placed it right there, it just forced them into a terrible situation where they felt like they still wanted to fight and contest and pull them out of the Roche pit. And so they all like went down into the river, but then Emperor just dies. He had remnants and stuff, but he just got battery salted and silenced and couldn't get out.
Things starting to look grim for Vincere. Only 2 kills in 19 minutes. Tier 1 down. Nisha working on BKB, and Drow gonna go for Hurricane Pike.
I would say in this like draft versus draft, the first Roche lineup, that's got to give you like an extra 30 or 20 winning this game straight up. Like it's so crucial for both of these strategies to take that.
Yeah, definitely. Bottom, Yapsor gonna jump into DM. He actually gets cogged out in the blood right, but now Hookshot to follow up another rupture. DM gonna TP.
Ah.
No, he's not. Yule's blood right off the mark again.
I mean, they can't finish him without one of the right clickers, so at least they have that. Batu's actually in the pit still, holding this Aegis as they start moving over there.
Now, what a sneaky play. Multi-shot hits GPK. TA makes it out. Defensive blink. Secret can just play so much more offensive. Spend some time on the enemy side of the map. Zai by himself over here. He's trying to bait him in. He's got the tools.
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
the
look
swap
at
from Puppy. And he will play Sacrificial Lamb most likely. Lil falls. He takes the ult from Save.
He lived.
40 HP. He's still alive.
He's Tranquil Mech. He just runs in, swaps someone, gives the vision for everyone else to follow.
He's got a goofy amount of armor right now. Wow.
Yeah, it really does. Whenever he's near Matu. Yeah, that is definitely a problem with the TA, for sure. Like, that's... Like, there's definitely a lot of benefits for the hero in this game, but the fact that if you're ever near the Drow and it's not canceled or something, you can't even kill the supports.
Epileptic Kid looking to cut a wave up top. Making as much space as he can. But now 15 to do at 2 at 21 minutes.
I like that is just so free. All right, how close are we though? 2450, so it's just like 700 gold away. BKB still.
Do we have
coming, but it's costly.
Oh, he went for Presence of the Dark Lord. Affects buildings.
Ooh, the GG.
Actually don't see this talent that often, but this is the timing to hit this high ground. And you can see Matsu, Hurricane Pike sitting very far back thanks to that Venge aura. Also maxed out. And this is just a hard hold to make for Vincere-Prodigy. They try to clear out the creep.
Look, they're actually damaging through backdoor at 21 minutes.
I mean, they've even got the Afterburn. They got the Dragon Scale for extra right-click damage. It's at least up top, GPK puts a little bit of pressure on. He gets that creep wave in.
And there it is. That's the BKB, but they can't get the retreating Shackle there from Save. So one lane of Rax was given up here to get the BKB. They have 2 kills in this whole match, and they need to find this post-Aegis fight with the BKB, and they need a hell of an engagement. They need like a 4 for 2 or like some sort of a big wipe or something.
Yep. This game is in dire straits, and there's that BKB for Shadow Fiend. Second item completed now after the Manta, and Drow actually queues up Butterfly.
They'll be edgy. Can go a little bit greedy just because of how much they've gotten already with this Aegis. Also just super good versus TA.
I'm not sure what Vincere-Prodigy are doing right now, but Secret are not backing up. They are committed to the push. And now Prodigy start to TP home. They didn't get anything in exchange for that tier 2.
They thought that they would be moving back to retreat and like get all their items. But instead they just try and force one more fight with this Aegis.
And there's seconds left until it expires. Matu not afraid to die, just needs to make sure it's in a good position.
Jeez, that was a defensive blink by GBK. That is not going to be the fight they need.
Puppy stunned up, he's going to be in trouble, and now Matu down low. Aegis expiring in about 15 now. Force staff back. Manta just barely lives.
Yeah, they want to chase this because it's closing out.
They know it's close. 10 seconds. Remember, it will turn into a regen. Another great blood right. Beautiful hook shot from Clockwork. Though, kid, there's the BKB used by TA and the Aegis.
Oh no, he power shot it.
With 2 seconds left, the Aegis goes down, and Matu comes back at full HP. That was an unfortunate play. Yeah.
I mean, he would have just got earned back up anyway because no one else is back out there.
It's true, but still.
Yeah, your YOLO at least power shot after. Not possible.
Yep. Another silence comes out. Matu still feeling pretty confident here. Away at these barracks.
That blood right that caught the TA and the Ember just ruined any potential there for a second go.
Zai just so good. 16-3. Handily in control.
No!
Great use of the Aegis.
Yeah, that was a crazy first Roche. That's actually hard to believe that was a first Aegis. To get an entire lane and a tier 3. And the world's most classic smokeout. Yeah, this is a surprising play from Secret. I guess
they'll vote right into Puppy and Yapzor, and they'll get a duo of kills, it looks like. Now starting to chase down Zai. Hook shot out, actually kept the Clockwork alive. If Zai can live, this would be big, but they've got enough stun lock. I think he's dead, and yes, sir. Good catch from VP.Prodigy.
Yeah, I would have to watch that again. I'm not sure what they were hoping for. I guess they maybe were thinking they might be sending like one hero bottom and the rest going top or something, and they were hoping for a pickoff, but that was one of those classic situations where like everyone always smokes out after that. Like they know they need something desperate. The BKBs are coming back. They're going to try that fight. Of course, we also have like, you know, omniscient vision, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Most definitely. This butterfly is going to be really... Wow. It's right around the corner. TA knows that she needs the MKB, and that will be the next choice, but less than halfway there.
Another lovely Timber game. This one was real rough, though, because he didn't even get like that matchup you hope for. Is this hop on Epileptic Kid, but he will be able to run it out of there in time.
He makes it back, and now this tier 1 likely to fall. Use the free glyph.
No cloning it for them this game, unfortunately. Haven't seen a lot of that one lately. Always feels bad for the squishy guys who get put up against it.
Now movement forward. Secret still ready to fight. 1 outer tower remains. 2 sets of barracks. We'll see the Roche timer momentarily. Could be a nice early Roche favoring Secret. And
yeah, honestly, with the butterfly already done, yeah, they are completely fine with any timing.
She hits real hard.
But true, if it goes a little bit later, maybe the MKB can be there, but it would take a hell of a farming effort from GPK. This might be their best chance at something, as it is a medium Roche timer, about 1:20, so just a minute left now.
Okay.
But a 10-second BKB still remains on Ish as he stands tall, knowing that he's got the backup of the double swap from Puppy. Venge, Shadow Fiend, just such a crazy good combo.
There's the
swap and save.
Puppy jumps and destroys save, and now DM, he's going to be in trouble. A great ult from the Shadow Fiend, catches 2. Now they're going to look towards Epileptic Kid. Remnant back, and he's got 1, but maybe a little more. Shadow Fiend with the right clicks, not enough. Force staff with the save.
That bonus 68 Agi, he is just swinging.
Yep. That's a buyback on saves. They still have a 5v5. The tower barely stays standing. Backdoor protection kicked in just in time.
Man, Zai's going to have a halberd pretty soon, too, which will make these plays from GPK even harder to try and come to fruition. He's BKB. There's still a swap here.
That was the 9-second charge. Hook shot in. It's not over yet. Yapzor taking big damage, but now on the retreat. Epileptic Kid jumps in, does secure the kill. Soulbind comes out, but doesn't latch onto anything. And
that was a great play by Epileptic Kid in the backline there. Wow, is he actually
not over yet? Still? They get saved. Zai, pretty fast right now. He's going to look to chase down Epileptic Kid. Going to need a few more. Nisha also still alive. DM had a blood nail, but they'll kill him straight through it. Now the TA, no BKB.
Oh, man.
She's in big trouble and done. That's the dangerous part about the Bloodseeker, Trent. Right when you think you've won the fight, you remember, oh yeah, we're all on 10% HP.
True, true. Game is hard.
Vroom, vroom.
Says GPK. Man, they're still sticking that with just the cores hanging around as Yepthers to make the long run. That was, man. Like, the hook shot in from Yapsor, I think was trying to set up for a play from Puppy because he was, like, trying to inch forward, but then Epileptic Kid jumped in the back line, got the bolas off to stop that swap in, so then the double kill on the supports, and you're like, oh, snap, maybe they can actually turn this. But then there's just still way too much left from Matu and Nisha with the Zai to just kind of, like, come up the whole time. Now, having that halberd, if GPK wants to try and fight them when he comes back.
Well, Roche gonna die in the blink of an eye. Aegis and she's secured. It'll be Matsu that takes the second life.
Creature did not suffer overmuch.
And Crimson Guard very close for Puppy. This Venge, super tanky.
I feel like Puppy just has like a little wheel next to his desk, and he just like spins it to decide what item he feels like buying every game. It's like they're all good choices, but this guy will just pick like any aura on any hero, and he's like, yeah, this looks good. No, I'll buy hard on CM, sure. That seems strong this game.
Yeah.
But Crimson Guard mech is, it's perfect for what they need because they don't have an aura offlaner. They have this Bloodseeker who has these certain requirements, especially the Yules first. So they're just like, with all the farm that he got this game, Puppy just gets super valuable
if you showed
stuff.
me this in a vacuum, my first thought would be Tranquil Boots mech. How the fuck do you have enough mana to sustain that? But it hasn't really been an issue. He saves his mana to drop the big rotation. They've got the Arcane Boots on the Clockwork, which has also been key.
It's true. She is not that bright. Like 1.5 in gain.
Yeah. And you don't see the Arcane Boots on Clockwork all that much. So it is part of the strategy, right?
Yeah, I would think so. Really just for everyone, too.
Yeah, you need it set. And Mega is looking pretty imminent here. There's still a set of barracks up top. Really just barracks. The range is at 18 HP.
Hey, something as simple as those Arcane Boots and that urn, though, it shows why they were able to make that play on the first Aegis, where they took the mid and then instantly rotated bottom because of all the sustain they have.
All right, Grimstroke ult comes out. The Soulbind, some follow-up. Matu dying quickly, as is Puppy. That's the Aegis.
Megas, though.
They also get Megas. Yeah, pretty good. And now Matu coming back up. Stuck in place on top of 3. Manta style, trying to make it out. Matu tanking 3 heroes in the back line. GPK with the BKB, the disarm, the Drow, running out of options, but this Shadow Fiend now running amok. VP.Prodigy
just want the kill.
doing everything they can, but the Drow standing, Epileptic Kid getting brought down by Zai, and DM, he's on the greatest chase of his life, but he gets silenced by Matu. The turnaround is here. He's low on mana. He's got the disarm. Matu eats the cheese, and the Timber falls.
Oh, did Nisha
also goes down.
Thanks, Nisha. How helpful.
That's it. Going to game 2, baby.
That was
22, or sorry, game 3. Jeez, 22-9. Secret, square it up, and we're going to the cider.
Bit of back and forth there in terms of slightly stompy. This game, they
5 seconds remaining.
Old boomers get to
a family team.
Yeah.
I see. Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're really thinking about the late game.
It's all just an investment, clearly.
Yeah. Good on
Hopefully, I'll find someone smart to actually coach them, so they can, play Dota.
That's the
That would
Moonduck
be quite
motto.
helpful.
Business over relationships, Trent. That's how
Yeah.
we do it.
Exactly. If Thompson pops out a few more kids, maybe I could get like a collab going or something, and then you could
that'd
actually
be
teach them
something.
how to play Dota.
There you go.
But we do have a draft here. ladies
Yes,
and
we
gentlemen.
do.
have actually
Game
made
number 3. Secret VPP, the Decider, and Venge banned out by Virtus.pro, and the Void Ench banned out again by Puppy. Now, these were the same bans that Puppy took in Game 2 after losing to both these heroes in Game number 1. So he's going to stay true and not going to give him the Void. Fair enough.
5 seconds.
Spirit breaker, spirit breaker.
And there's a Mars Phoenix combo still available. That's kind of an obvious one.
And-
the Magnus was also first phase banned in Game 1 by Virtus.Prodigy.
And Game 2.
Good stuff here. Yeah, there you go.
But pretty clear instant counter coming out right away there in the form of the Rubik.
Yep. And always a deny pick when you take that hero against Yapsor. We know how much he shines on the Grand Magus. So
10 seconds.
solid opener. I still think Rubik is one of the safest. Like if you want to open with a support, he's just one of the most well-rounded, good in almost every scenario.
Yeah, I mean,
Big fan.
it's a
Big fan.
damn good safe hero too.
Yeah.
Like he's got some pretty cool ones. Like he is like the support Lena, but he has played the Rubik by far the most. Like 47 games on Rubik. Next highest is 28. So
Wow, Trent, that's a lot of cleave on Team Secret. Uncanny synergy.
whoa, the cleavage, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Seconds remaining.
Another layup.
One can, yeah, I tell you.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, that's
Well, they're gonna farm fast. They're gonna hit a lot of creeps. How are Virtus.Prodigy gonna react to this?
I mean, what makes Sven sad? Like, now that he has the Aghanims, it's like a little harder to bog him down, but I feel like the bog stuff is still relatively annoying. Like, trying to kite him. Disengage is generally pretty good since he's built upon the god strength if you can manage to, like, break off that fight that he starts.
He still really hates slows. Like I think Viper, pretty high on my list of heroes I don't want to play against as Sven.
That's true, but then, they have a Viper, so it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Bat's probably one of the biggest ones.
Okay, yeah, Bat. That's a good suggestion. I'll take you there. I think Veno can be annoying.
Sure.
Same issue. You've got a Veno on your team.
Though.
Yeah.
Troll. And when you think about like the carry matchups that are decent, Troll's definitely a good one. The mischance. Underlord. That's interesting.
Okay, a lane bully. How does Sven versus PL go? Is the cleave enough that Sven just whomps him, or okay?
I mean,
I asked.
that's like a pub thing.
Yeah, I
It's
asked
definitely
because
still good.
sometimes like minus or mana burn can be okay against Sven, like before the
see that.
BKB and stuff. So
I mean, to
I
be
might
fair,
also be skewed because we've seen a couple PLs today that's pretty good. So
Underlord's in the top 10 as well in terms of best versus for Sven. Underlord actually suffers pretty hard versus him according to the pub data. Get the aggregates, but that's why you can't trust it necessarily in pro matches because they see something with the aura and I mean the constant control. It is kind of like a bog down situation too,
5 seconds remaining.
as well
It's
as being
the
a bit of a
beginning of a
nuisance
bog.
for the mag.
yeah.
It's the outer edge of the bog. We're gonna try and work on the inside of the pit. Really hold them down. As they'll probably, I guess this could be a Lil Rubik too. I hadn't really thought of that. It's probably gonna be safe. It's Save's team. He's picking. But like, I think we've had Lil play both the 4 and the 5 so far, right? They kind of switched it up.
Yeah, I would say it's hard to call. We haven't seen them play Rubik yet either, so open-ended. Yeah, they take out the Invoker. All right, potentially good tempo hero. The beginning of some good team fight for Secret here. With these two heroes, you've got 2 AoE stuns already. So the Bruise brothers, you know?
Yeah, Invoker would be perfect for the initiation. Just to like set up this big like, okay, free RP, right? Like give you the vision, give you the easy setup, and then the spend follows through after that. You don't want Mag jumping in first.
Radiant deep.
Not the life that he wants to lead. And so they will take care of the Bat and the TB. And then really, it's just like, what else is worse besides Troll? Anything? I mean, I guess like PA kind of, but I feel like Troll's better and just more stable.
There's got to be like, what about Ursa? Speaking of dead carries, does he not have enough gusto to go blow for blow with Sven?
I feel like they're kind of even at this point. Just with like between the jumps of the Ursa and the Abyssal and now the Ags on the Sven. I mean, Ursa kind of has similar problems with Enrage too, like of how he wants to fight.
Yeah.
To me, it just seems like Troll's just like better in lane versus the Mag, or at least easier. I feel like the Mag can play like a little bit safer sometimes versus an Ursa, unless he's a really good 5. Whereas even in a 1v1, the Troll's gonna easily like bully and send back the Mag.
I mean, I also assume there's a reason why we haven't been seeing Ursa nearly as much.
Yeah, he got the nerf back. He was too strong.
Yeah, I mean, he had a good run. I'll be real.
They still have the Nature's Prophet left in this draft too, who was banded a couple times, but I guess with the Mag and the Sven, it's like they still need that first initiation a little bit more, and just the straight up TP in from the Prophet's not quite enough now.
Radiant team back.
Okay, I got a suggestion of a hero that can make Sven's life sad. Pangolier.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Wyvern.
Well, okay, that's a really good suggestion. But
Wyvern versus Mag and Sven.
Yeah, I am pretty on that. I like a Wyvern pick here.
That would make like, the Troll really good too, because she's not like an amazing 5.
Yeah,
but, the Pango's
disruptive team fight is where Sven gets messed up. Anything that can stop him through BKB, so he's just not, you know, a 10-second god. I've definitely seen Pangos just cripple Svens in mid-game fights if they find him in a good spot.
They have 10th, so it's like possible, because you might want to pick it a little bit later, right?
Mm-hmm.
They actually go for the Bane instead.
Well, now it's another form of control. It's a BKB piercing disable, so that's something against Sven.
Makes me think they're picking a weaker safe laner than Troll, though, if they're taking the Bane. Then again, I guess Bane can like really shut out a Mag. Like Wyvern's one thing in the lane, but Bane is just the whole other beast. And that puts more pressure on the position 4 to actually stay and play with the Mag.
What about Monkey King as another potential carry for Vincere?
I'd say it's a little meh. I'd rather have Monkey King on Team Secret versus an Underlord.
Well, yeah,
hard to fit in, obviously.
Yeah, maybe not impossible, but that could be some nice team fight synergy. Puppy delving into the reserve time here. What will be the addition?
What do we have versus Bane? They already have the Rubik, so you have the Abba.
How about Disruptor?
Disruptor's not bad. Classic versus the Bane with the glimpse.
Yeah.
Not a great first initiator. Maybe if they went Disruptor and Clock 4, Disruptor 5.
I'm so down for that. That sounds like great team fight. Bane has a super rough game. A little like Clockwork into Rubik can be a little annoying. The telekinesis is a good option. But I love that idea of having a lot of ways to start the fight. 4 heroes that could all initiate. You know, even Sven can throw in a stun or something if somebody's out of position. It just forces Vincere to play very tight. Opens up options of punishment.
The only problem is, I don't know. For some reason, I kind of want like a Wind Ranger or a Tusk or something. I'm not sure. Clock feels weird this game.
Radiant team.
Maybe I just haven't seen like the hero that looks like he'll counter, and wow. All right, well, we didn't get the Skywrath earlier when it looked kind of decent, but we'll find it now. So that's probably the 4 going to play with the Mag. Most likely, of course, you never know, could get a mid-sky, but
it's possible.
It seems unlikely you'd pick it at this point without knowing any of the matchups.
Yeah. Still good against Bane, though, right? Another form of silence that stops the channeling.
It's okay,
and,
though. I would say
damage.
Whenever I think about like countering Bane, I'd rather think of like the strong dispels that just like straight up take off. You know, like Abba shield the guy or something.
I see. Yeah, no, that's a
like
good point. That's
getting
better.
in range of Bane as Sky probably isn't going to be your priority.
Isn't picking Skywrath into Rubik a little scary because he has arcane supremacy? Like if he ever steals your ult, that is pretty scary, actually.
If he's the mana for it, but yeah, true.
Okay, that's also a good counterpoint. DP now picked up for Prodigy.
That's a very safe mid pick here.
Seconds remaining.
Yep.
I kind of dissuades the
Prodigy
pick.
have last pick, so they did not need to pick a mid here.
Yeah, but I think they would rather... Like, they can also just play a straight-up safe lane DP, too.
That's true.
So, I guess they like the mag now at this point. It could be a support mag, theoretically, or even a support Beastmaster, but... I mean, does the Death Prophet negate the mid-sky? Not necessarily.
10 seconds.
I don't see why, but
You could probably play that.
I think...
I mean, if anything, I thought Kunkka looked really good, because they needed that, like, first initiation.
Right.
Radiant team.
So I think Skywrath struggles in a lot of matchups. I think Death Prophet's more favorable than most. Final bans, they do take out the troll.
Man, I really wish they picked that troll in that phase. He seems so
Yeah,
strong versus this hero.
I'm really concerned about what carry Virtus.Pro.Prodigy are going to go for, because right now, nothing late game, like, at all. They need something that can scale. They need a proper carry.
Unless they just go all in and go, like, Razor or something. But Razor into, like, Beastmaster
Like
RP seems a
mega
little scary.
push. I mean, like lightning, something down that road.
I mean, like,
That
that's pretty
sounds
bad versus Sven, though.
so risky. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
what?
And they banned the Kunkka.
And if they want to do safe lane Death Prophet, then what does that leave you with? Like, you got to take a mid that can scale. So
I think they were just really confident in the Death Prophet versus Sven matchup in the sense of, like, number one, it might dissuade the mag from going mid just because it seems like a pretty good match for the DP as long as she doesn't get skewered.
5 seconds.
And then it also gives you this, like, if they God Strength, you Exorcism. And that should kind of, like, you know, win out unless there's a really superior initiation on either side. Draw ban is it's okay. I mean, obviously they have the plus armor from the Sven, but
all right, so
I've still seen Drow do very well in that matchup.
Trent, this is the first game this series that Secret didn't ban CK. Are you trying to tell me that CK is the pick here?
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah,
No.
that doesn't seem like it now. Maybe though, that'd be kind of cool. I like watching that hero a lot. The new Phantasm is busted, and the Ags is hilarious. I saw a game with it recently. You know it's global? It's like a global dispel on your team. Yeah, because it hits all your allies. It just makes a copy of everyone now. And it
Oh,
dispels
yeah.
them. So I saw someone get it versus Warlock. So he Fatal Bonds, and then he just cast Phantasm, and everyone just lost
just
Fatal
gone.
Bonds.
Okay. I forgot about that change. You're right. I did read that byline, and I haven't seen CK since.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay. I mean,
Get out there, guys. Hit your pubs with the CK.
so I guess Secret, they're up first. So what are we closing out this draft with? We don't know what
rather
these
just have a
positions
poppy
are going to
hero.
be.
I feel like I'd rather just go like take the Beastmaster off lane for Zai, give you App Store the Skyath Mage. Let's just get another support for Sven. We'll throw you Nisha to the Wolves mid on the mag, and we'll just pick a poppy hero for the Sven to play with.
Yep. If there weren't Earthshake or it weren't a Rubik, I'd say Earthshaker potentially. You can just grab something like Jakiro or Shadow Shaman, very safe, just well-rounded fives.
They could probably get away with an Ava. Ooh.
Lena. So still completely open-ended here. Now Virtus.Pro.Prodigy.
Poppy's playing mag, isn't he, guys? I should just stop trying.
Okay, how about Clinks here, Trent? How about Clinks?
Why?
He plays fast, has physical damage.
Doesn't he get blown up by Sky and Lena?
Yeah, they need something that can scale. They need something to carry them. What is the hero? Like Lone Druid? That pushes? Maybe that's too slow. Like I'm really struggling.
Morph is still in? It's a bit weird versus Sky, though.
They go pug.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, so they go all in push. Okay.
That's like
All right.
better than Razor hero.
Yes. Same concept, but actually potential.
It's Puppy Mag. All right, we're in.
So, Puppy Mag,
Oh,
Matsu
Puppy.
takes the Sven. It will be Yapsor on the Skywrath, Zai Beastmaster, and that means Nisha will be playing Lena in the mid lane. And on VP.Prodigy, it is GPK that'll take the Pugna, Epileptic Kid on the Death Prophet, and no surprise, it is DM on the Underlord. So, Lil, Rubik, after all, and Save on the Bane. Very interesting drafts here. 3, I think a pretty straightforward bit of analysis. Virtus.Pro.Prodigy are going to play fast and try to push. If they can't close it out by some arbitrary time like 25 minutes, then Secret will just outscale. Maybe 30 minutes.
I like
don't
their
know.
lineup a lot, though.
You think they can do it? Are you feeling confident in VP.Prodigy here,
I
Trenty?
mean, first off, it's fully color coordinated. It's all purple and green.
And DP's even half purple and half green, as is
it's
Rubik,
amazing.
so they're like They're blending the colors together. Yeah, that's pretty top tier.
That's that's gonna have an impact for sure. There's no doubt about that. It's I don't know. It's not like super one-dimensional. Like there's some like first Roche, maybe they can chill out a little bit. They don't necessarily have to like, oh my god, we have the Aegis go high ground right now or we lose. But it is on the earlier end for sure. It's not quite as like instant success necessary like Nigma's game was earlier today, but it's a fast one.
Definitely. And I mean, Secret have pretty good team fight themselves. You got this Beastmaster through able to sell pretty well. Aura Gaming, indeed, for Secret.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to see this Sky
combo.
Yeah.
You really should prepare for battle.
Skywrath is a pretty easy hero to underestimate because we really don't see him all that often, but the damage output is insane. Even as a support. A true glass cannon, though, 0 starting armor, so not one that likes to trade right clicks. One of the big weaknesses of this guy.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we don't see him more often. I guess it's the lack of like initiation potential that you have. Compared to like Wind Ranger or something, she's a lot of burst, but can still get those shackles off. As things start to shape up in our lanes.
Yep.
30 seconds to battle.
Nothing too surprising here. Everyone's just doing their thing.
No curveballs. 2-1-2. So how does the position 5 Magnus go, Trent? You were talking shit on Puppy's position 5 Spirit Breaker. I have it on good authority. He's very upset. Do you want to take this opportunity to compliment the position 5 Magnus, or you want to go big and double down on the negativity, big dog?
No, I think this is better. I think it's more likely you'll get a door play. Also, check out Puppy right now. He just stole their bounty rune. Get wrecked, nerds.
Hey, there you go.
He'll probably get out of here, too. Yeah, he just cuts right. He's fine.
Easy. And this Fade Bolt level 1 Rubik, so yeah, he's good.
That gave him the 3-for-1 as they committed the 3 heroes down in the river.
Yeah. I like your bold claim, though. You think Puppy's going to do better than the 1 in 15 Spirit Breaker from game 1. So
I know. I like to take risks.
Really good prediction.
Well, what I like is you have Skewer into tower, and that's stronger than anything the Spirit Breaker was offering in the past lane. Now, mind you, it's an Underlord, so that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. I guess there's always a chance you could catch Lil.
Yeah, it's a bit weird for sure. Oh, here we go. He's too fast, those boots, though.
Lina versus Pugna, a spellcaster matchup mid.
As
should
they
be
both
pretty
block
even,
camps top.
right?
Yeah, not too exciting. I would say Lina probably has the edge. She wins like most matchups.
She's
in
got
these
the
styles.
range advantage.
Yeah. But Pugna, as long as he plays it relatively safe, probably shouldn't die. Right? Between like the bottles and like if he gets any help with TPs and everything.
Yeah. Rune control will be a big deal for that matchup, though. Up top.
Yeah.
Sure. Whoa, DM. Look at the body blocks. He's taking some tower shots, Trent. Not enough for a kill, but that's the beginning right there. That's what you got to do as a position 5 Magnus.
Yeah, you got to threaten and at least execute a couple of those skewers to at least push them off the wave. Nisha is holding the point here. As he's just thinking like, man, can I get this kill? If anyone's getting the kill, it's definitely Nisha, right? Like, Nisha should not die. That is for sure. So GKBK has to salve up.
Yeah, without a rotation or anything else, that would be very surprising.
The only way he dies is if he goes to the dive and fails it pretty much. Gets like raindropped or sticked or something.
The safe lane DP working out just fine. No surprise. Under the safety of the Bane. Pretty darn even out of the gate.
This doesn't happen more often. The safe lane does follow. I feel like whenever I see it, it seems really strong. Like she does well versus most off lanes. She has pressure of kill threat because of the spirit siphon and the bonus speed that you get, and of course you can just pop your exorcism to either take your or rotate to a more valuable one. Like,
Yep.
she can theoretically be ready for the first catapult wave mid, depending on like what your support's doing with stacks and pulls. If you can isolate that offlaner away from you.
Definitely. It's a very viable strat. I mean, the opportunity cost is just that she doesn't scale as well as a true hard carry, like a Morphling or something. And with the Aghanim, she scales much better now. She's not like one and done. All right, I'm level 18. I'm capped out. But
yeah, I don't think she should have a Pugna mid every game, for example. You know, she could do well with like a TA or something.
Agreed.
But in this case, you know, at least you have that switch. Like, it is an available option to try and go all in like they're doing this game.
You know, Puppy and Lil going back and forth in the jungle, and now to the mid. Some damage exchanged. Nisha and GPK starting to favor Nisha quite a bit. 18-9 compared to the 11-2 Pugna.
He just doesn't have a lot of tools, right? Like, what can Pugna do to ever threaten Nisha? Pretty much nothing. It's like, if he gets close enough for a D-crap, maybe, but look at the cast range of D-crap. Yeah, that's not happening.
It's pretty dinky compared to Lena's range. Even Dragon Slave, she's going to hit you every time. Yeah, it does feel like Pugna suffers a lot mid when his opponent is someone that he can't abuse decrep. Like Pugna versus melee heroes, it's just no contest.
God, these denies, dude. Poppy even secures the rune. Well done. Comes in there to bully off Lil as he's low HP.
This is where it gets brutal. GPK is already losing the lane. Lena gets the first rune, and now the pressure really starts to mount.
Yeah, it's the further and further they get before that first exorcism, it just puts so much more pressure on those like first like 3 exorcisms, kind of. Like the first one, you don't necessarily need the tower. Maybe you only get it to like a 3rd HP or something. But the second and third one needs to be pretty serious gains when your whole draft is going to be centered around that.
Definitely. And that is one of the abusable aspects of the hero. You can see she is pretty good against the boars, finishes off the fresh spawn, although takes a lot of damage and will fall. Doesn't get off that fairy fire in time. Yapsor takes the first. Up top, battle over the runes potentially here. Looks like Lil will pick it up. And Matu Puppy.
Nisha, he's in there. He stole it.
There'll be 3 runes again for Secret.
And now he's coming back underneath.
The kill onto DM. They find the LSA. Dragon Slave is there, and DM is down. 2-0.
And they handed that right to Nisha on purpose, too. Further and further ahead, snowballing into the mid lane. Very bad sign here for VP.Prodigy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the... We've got the early game team, and right now we are not winning the early game rut row. DP still only level 4, so they're gonna have to be.
Well, Scooby, I think DM needs a whole lot.
Yes, definitely. Jinkies, I've lost my glasses again. 6-minute
I
rune.
totally forgot about anything of that shit. That was stupid. I just pulled a damn mask off everyone every episode. Being a kid's so easy. There goes save in the river.
That was a double LSA. GPK with the save. It's going to be close. He lives. 26 HP.
Not even close. Branch is helping out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure which character I identify with most on Scooby-Doo. They're a strange amalgamation.
Yeah, I don't know. Freddy was just...
He was a bit of a creep. Like, all right, you guys go with the dog. I'm going with the hot one. Like, all right, Fred. Maybe we switch up the teams every so often. I don't know.
I feel like there wasn't really anything there to sing after. He was kind of in on it. He's like, guys, this isn't really that serious. I think I'm just going to mess around.
Is he going to die here, Trent? No, he's good. All right, he's got a Spirit Siphon. That saves him. Scary when you have to Spirit Siphon the creep to live.
Yeah, and he's out of charges, too.
They're still going to dive him. This board's going to find him. Yapsor. They've got this easy. That time they use the Fairy Fire, but the boar will secure the kill. And now Zide is going to work his way out. Big kill there.
Oh, but they did get the sleep onto Yapsor, but there's no one following up over there.
Nope.
As that Hawk is
the boar.
Dissipating up there. I mean, between the Hawk and the boar, he just knows exactly where they're up to, right? He had the Hawk above, starts going under. They send the boar in, then he summons another Hawk. $3-0 now. 2K net worth. All 3 of the secret cores topping the charts. The Underlord
switching back and forth with the Beastmaster, but the safe lane in the mid not looking great for VPP.
And all of that pressure on the mid lane and the bottom lane ruined the top. It makes the support of Puppy not necessarily matter. Like, sure, he had the early skewer and everything, but his hero doesn't matter if you're creating enough pressure on the other lanes to pull away that position 4. Because then Puppy's just free to go do stacks and do pulls and everything, and then that's fine. Like, once you're just pulling creep waves to the higher camp, the small camp, then you can just be any support hero, and that's what lets him get away with his greed.
Well, a quick pause here, hopefully.
Seems to be. So how's that first exorcism coming there, Epileptic Kid?
Okay, so he did not get the exorcism at 6.
What you sound like.
Curious what level he will choose to skill it at this point.
I agree there's no point now. I think you definitely wait until the siege wave mid. That'll be, try and sync up with that. The problem is the Lina has just been blasting the wave so much, they actually have, what, 60 tower damage mid. So it doesn't even look like a viable candidate, really, for the, at least not an easy push.
Yeah, I think ordinarily you'd hope the Pugna could chip away at it at least a little bit so it's softened up, and, you know, if you get a third of that damage done, it gets pretty easy to kill it with the first DP rotation, but it's going to go the other way. Pugna TP's down bottom.
Yeah, it pops the Invis rune first.
Okay. A sneaky rotation.
There. I mean, they know the Pugna's missing. They just don't know necessarily where he went. But he had an Invis rune in his bottle, so.
Primal Roar. They drop it on the Bane. Yapsor only level 5. But really a double bore.
Them in deeper.
Holy moly!
Was that just game sense from Zai? Like, they're moving forward. I know he's missing. I know he was invisible.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think they might be trying to kill me. Because it ended up being a really good Primal Roar. If you factor in that he didn't see the Pugna. Well, interesting. Either way, it completely stops this gank.
I mean, Zai's not...
Lina getting...
Yapsor's not 6 yet anyways, so...
Lina getting a ton of space to farm. Good 30-40% advantage on the Pugna now.
DM? Oh, probably didn't go for the skewer. He didn't even bother.
DM?
Jeez. Knew he was just dead with the mask and the God Strike. Didn't even worry about skewering him to the tower.
There was no hope of survival there.
All right, Matsu's out, though, so they're going to take the top tower with the pressure coming bottom. So they'll lose their bottom tower and trade.
The pain train's coming. You were away. Oh, the big TP. He makes it. Yeah, there was no telekinesis. Well done.
I mean, if they just exorcism, wouldn't he have died? Or was that what he was trying to bait out? I'm not even sure.
I'm not sure. I guess they're trying to get this tower and save the exorcism. That's the real dream.
No, they 100% are. Just might have been worth it, I guess, for the 5, but maybe that's what Puppy was kind of hoping for, right?
And I think the question will be, can they go somewhere and use exorcism now to make it worth saving the cooldown? If they just rotate mid, exercise, and kill it, 100% worth it. If they fuck around for another 120 seconds and farm stuff and then use it, it just seems like a waste to save the cooldown.
But they have the threat.
Yeah, that's true. They do have the threat.
And they brought DM mid, so you'd think that's where they're going, but now Zai's also coming through here.
Well, and as you like to say, if we can sense this rotation, surely Secret can as well. So they're already starting to posture around the mid like, guys, I think they're going to rotate and try to use this DP ult. Let's be ready.
Yeah, they glyphed that creep under tower too to make sure the catapult's going to stay. So now the counter glyph, and here comes the pressure. Look at Lil's positioning too. Just down in the river. Doesn't really care if he gets like LS8 or something, as long as it means that his DP doesn't get Guna'd to death.
Well, it turns out to be a great rotation from VP.Prodigy. They save it, and they get 2 tier 1 towers here, just shy of 12 minutes. Secret still leading by 4K net worth, though, Trent. So I don't think they're sweating too much right now. Sven is getting unlimited space to farm.
Look at the jungle. It's empty and empty. He has farmed the jungle.
Yeah. And he stacks the Ancients there. Very nice. Going to go into an S and Y, and then just go straight eggs. Now, meanwhile, Radiant Jungle, they find DM. This is the combo we talked about. Primal Roar with the Medallion makes all of his summons do even more damage, and then you got Yapsor on top of that with the Mystic Flare. That is nasty.
Yeah, that is crazy. Dude. Just the instant roar. He took 809 damage in the Mystic Flare and the one concussive. The fact that you can just blow up such a tanky hero is very worrisome for them right now. And he only has 1200 HP. That's not a lot versus these two, especially without a...
5 kills, 5K net worth lead. Coincidence? You tell me.
Well, yeah, they're not worth 1,000 each. So I guess it is. Oh, stolen Dragon Slave. Whew.
Nisha destroyed. Nice Fiend's Grip.
Another minute till the exorcism's back. Oh man, this game is so hard for VP.Prodigy. They need, like, the next exorcism has to be flawless again. They need to at least take a tower and hopefully get some more kills. But it's such a scary game to be playing.
Wow, they almost caught that TP. That Underlord felt like he got robbed. He could feel it.
Yapsor? Oh, they didn't see him. Just got into the tree line.
Yep. He's going to go Aghanim's first item. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't think you need anything else in this hero. I guess the Atos used to be a bit of a classic, but the Axe is busted.
I thought Glimmer Cape was pretty good.
Ah, he's
Aether
4.
Lens.
Doesn't need a Glimmer. Nah. Aether doesn't spell amp anymore, so who cares on Sky? No cares.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, that's fair. The Ags, huh? It is a shitload of damage.
And it's just stupid. Like,
there is something to be said for any mechanic that does it for you. Like the second flare just gets positioned on a random enemy target that prioritizes heroes. It's like not even
the second everything. It's every spell.
Yeah. Oh,
that's why it's so broken. It's like, oh, double your spells for free.
Yeah.
And no effort.
So, you know, I kind of forgot it was everything. For a moment, I really thought it was just Mystic Flare. Jesus Christ. All right. Redact it all. Forget about Glimmer Cape. Up top there, going to get a freebie onto Zai. It's a nice kill.
I'm very impressed that this is, like, still kind of working right now. Because I think this is incredibly hard to make work. I still don't think VP.Prodigy...
game down?
Yeah, I don't think VP.Prodigy are going to be able to do it. I'm very doubtful, because I think this is just like, even if they get all of these towers, it's damn hard.
Oh, yeah.
The second he shows up with Ags,
game.
Yeah, Ags BKB, it's just like, oh my god, we're dead.
He has 200 last hits in 15 minutes.
It's pretty good.
Natsu's pretty farmed.
Yeah, and a lot of those are ancient too, so.
If I have 100 last hits at 15 minutes, I'm feeling good. 200 is insane. Oh, he's so far ahead right now. Okay, they find Lil. Lil's dead. And look for more.
Scary red man. Don't fight.
Yeah.
Double A, push back, decrep if you can.
See if they can slow this down. DM doing everything that he can, but the siege creep's still going to work. They're actually going to let it fall. Secret not willing to commit for it.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have BKB, and GBK does have the max level in the decrep now, as well as the Aether Lens. So now you compare decrep, and it's like, oh, this spell's like actually good now. No.
Okay. I see him coming up the hill. Yapsor makes it back. I like that VP.Prodigy are getting more aggressive, though. They definitely need to start making plays happen. The clock is ticking. We're at 16 minutes now. It's like not only are they not killing Sven, they're not even pressuring him either. And this is kind of an awkward movement where, like, they're not smoked or anything. And luckily for Virtus.Pro, there isn't really much vision here for Secret. Their wards are a little more aggressive. They're going to find a stack and finish that off.
Yeah, it's like a 100x lead for them right now, too.
Right. Well, I mean, look at the map. Virtus.Pro are playing in this little ball over here, and Secret are in every lane.
Well, that's what you do versus these strats, right?
Yeah.
Split up, farm, push. I mean, look how safe even like Yapsor down bottom is playing. He's like still playing in the tree line, throwing out a couple spells, getting his last hits when he can.
I mean, it is scary. Right now, Virtus.Prodigy are playing off the map. Secret don't have a lot of vision. They're probably wondering, like, what are they doing right now?
Well, they have
Where
the Hawk,
are they?
so they know they're not roaching. They don't really care.
Well, yeah, exactly. But you still have to
So
play
it's like, all right.
If you're Yapsor right now, you're wondering if there's 4 heroes about to jump on you because they've
for
been
sure.
hiding for a while.
Yeah.
That's I understand why they're playing so safe. Like, look at Zai up top. He's like, where are they?
One of us is going to die, right?
Yeah, it feels imminent. And if you're Secret, you feel good about this. You know that you are farming so much faster than them right now. But
I mean, even
there is
if
that
one of them
little bit
died,
of fear,
it's so fine.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
Oh, 100%. 6-2, 6K net worth. Very low hero score, but farm-intensive match. Matu closing on the Aghanims now. 1,100 gold away. He's also empowered, so, you know.
Popping smokes and skirring away.
Hey, there's some utility for your 5 mag. Yeah. 2 Aether lenses on Virtus.Prodigy. One on the Pugna and one on the Rubik. Look at all this reach, Trent.
There's quite a bit.
Now if they could just use it to do something. I hate to say it, but Virtus.Prodigy look a little lost right now.
It's because they're just getting like completely split and they're not strong enough. Like they don't have the items yet to just 5-man down mid and make it something successful. So they're stuck in this awkward like, when should we roach?
A nice ult from DM. It's going to be close. Oh, they get him. That was actually pretty close.
Yeah.
It's a level 1 Dark Rift, so it's a long delay. Bit of a heartbreaker that he was so close to level 12.
I guess they're just going to wait for the BKB on Epileptic and try and take a fight.
All right. He's not that close.
Oh, no. Big scary Ags. Matu's ready.
And he's already making progress to the BKB.
This must feel like a really weird game as Secret, though, at the same time, because they're just doing the same thing and not getting punished. Like, they've all just been farming for so long. They did finally get the roach where there's no Hawk, so they will get that, but I don't even know if Secret care.
I don't think they do either. I mean, what is this change?
Aegis might give them tier 2s, but the eventual victory still seems very difficult with the lead that they've accrued on Secret.
I mean, they give the Aegis to Death Prophet, and she is just these big ulti heroes, not the best Aegis carriers. So it's nice. You get a little XP, you get some extra gold. You deny it from Secret, which is maybe one of the bigger aspects of taking Roche like that.
I think usually you'd want to give it to the Pugna, but the problem is there's a very real chance your DP just gets roared and Mystic flared before she even exorcisms. So they might work out in this case.
I think you're right. But all this time, man, Secret are ramping up. Even Yapsor, he's not that far away from the Aghanims for 20 minutes. He's less than 2,000 gold, about 1,700. And that will be a pretty devastating damage increase. Lena's going for a Shadow Blade, so she'll start right-clicking a little harder.
Puppy is a Glimmer.
Zai. Yeah, Puppy's got a... Zai's going auras. He now has Lads.
Oh, they're going for the Aegis pop here. Ooh, I love it, kid. Saw that camp was empty. Good thing.
Quick turnaround.
Goner.
Now his BKB's coming. So this is looking like the biggest spike that VP.Prodigy are going to find. It's time to hit the gas.
All right, what does a winning team fight look like? How does Sven die?
How does Sven die?
Rubik. All right, Rubik needs a big steal. Rubik.
Okay. Are we
steals-
assuming he does not have BKB when this fight takes place?
Yeah, if he has
Because,
BKB, I literally don't think he can die.
So without BKB, it's like Fiend's Grip, full duration Fiend's Grip.
I mean, with decrep and spells, it's possible. If Rubik needs, like, he can't even steal RP. I mean, RP's okay, obviously, but he needs to steal, like, a Lena spell or a Skywrath spell. And needs to, like, utilize even that minimal amount of the Arcane Supremacy combined with the decrep to try and get a kill.
I mean, the Sven has such a good supporting cast now and so much burst damage. In some ways, he doesn't have to kill everybody. He just needs to do a little bit of the heat so the Skywrath and Lina can sit in the back and do damage. I think a lot of it has to come from the Bane. That 6-second disable is a key tool for them.
That would be nice.
I agree. It is a tall order.
Wow! What you sound like.
This one seems pretty grim. Dota Plus, 73-27, so it still thinks they might be able to take a couple good mid-game fights here with the Aegis. The Underlord does TP out up top. I mean, I can totally see why Secret are so comfortable farming away. You know, they're farming so quickly.
Yeah, I'm just never going to care with this lineup how long the game goes.
Yeah, like now Lina has BKB.
Yeah.
So they're going to take this next fight with 2 10-second BKBs, it looks like. Sven now about 1,000 gold away.
I wonder what Zai buys. He could go Blink if he wanted to, just because they don't really have great initiation, and you know they're going to be like starting to run at you soon, so you can just like get that target that you want, and there's no save. And the best save would be like a nightmare.
Puppy, they'll get initiated on. Glimmer Cape not going to save him. They'll use the Fiend Script for this, but where's the follow-up damage? They're in hot pursuit, and they will get there in time to secure the kill. 6 seconds feels like an eternity in a match of Dota 2.
Yeah, I'm fine with that Fiend Script because I don't think you need it as much in the 5v4, so they can still pressure pretty hard here.
And again, it's only a position 5, so I think from Secret's perspective, that just delays this a little bit longer. It pulls their pressure away from the tower. That's another, whatever, 20, 30 seconds off the Aegis that now only has a minute left.
Yeah, but it did make VP.Prodigy like bold enough to just like take over the triangle just by getting that 1 kill, I think. And now they're gonna go top, but there's a Hawk that actually spots this giant rotation as they all do it onto the creeps anyway.
Why did they do this instead of just popping Exorcism for the bottom tier 2?
They need something more valuable. Bottom tier sucks. Does nothing. Worthless. Need to save it for top or mid.
Well, but now we just TP'd back and wasted the last minute of the Aegis. That didn't do anything.
They're gonna smoke and go for a fight though.
All right.
They just smoked. But they're gonna
smoke on smoke. Who's gonna find who? Matu leading the charge. This is BKB Ags. There's a double damage down bottom. This is so tense.
No one expects the TP out to top, smoke back to bottom triangle, but they're not there. This? Oh, they went for the biggest brain play of all time.
This is a shocking rotation.
Dude,
now they're going to bump right into Matu.
He's alone.
They find him. He BKBs. He flies in, though. He's got teammates inbound. Decrep saves Underlord, but he's going to chop away at Epileptic Kid. He is getting kind of low. They trade BKBs, but I think that's good for Secret because now they can just walk away and the Exorcism's going to tick down. That was such a strange
that play. I mean, they had to try something. I love that. I'm okay with that play.
Definitely unpredictable. Wow.
Can you imagine if they had caught Matu alone farming the triangle while everyone else was top?
That would have been pretty badass. That would have been your first class ticket to break this one wide open. But ends up being kind of an underwhelming Exorcism. The BKBs get traded, and now both sides, they might just trade tier 2 towers, top and bottom.
Yeah, but they have the night vision of the vampire fangs.
Vampire fangs. All right, here it is.
How many heroes will show up? It's a mystery.
Underlord's bringing him back, but Matu just jumped in on 2. He's not that afraid. BKB stops the steal from Lil. 2 dead. 2 buybacks immediately, but Secret, they're not done yet. They want more. GPK tags a solo RP. Then Superman comes in for the cleanup. Lina caught by the Fiend Script. Maybe in trouble here. YapzOr trying to make the escape. So many buybacks being used by VP.Prodigy as they do get the counter kills on Denisha and Puppy. We'll take a look at the recap, but I think that's a big win for Secret. And yes, 3 buybacks deployed.
Well, that was a little unfortunate. Hey guys, what if we Underlord ulti in a giant clump by an Ag Sven? What do you guys think about that play? They just got eviscerated by Matu. He went in and shred them. They're gonna find me half, so man, that was some serious death.
Yeah, that's going to be another freebie. 3 buybacks is pretty painful. At the end of it, Prodigy do punish it a little bit, but the Sven does make it out, and Matsu is definitely the big breadwinner from that one.
Spider legs
Here we go,
EP, though.
Abyssal Blade next. All right.
That's like her best item, I think. At least in that tier.
It's definitely up there. That lets her be a lot more tricky. And Art, hey,
They're dead. This is a window. Maybe they can
they're
get some
looking
more.
to have a go. Sven is also here, though. Puppy, silence. He's going to fall. It's used as the DKB. Going to go focus on Denisha. Epileptic Kid needs to be careful. Buyback from Puppy now.
That was a sick retreat. Because that was really tempting to just use that Lina and like have the team run over. But with the buyback from the mag and the other heroes coming through, just take your retreat.
It's just scary enough. And don't forget that Aghanim's is out on the Skyrath now. So he is a real damage dealer.
Yeah, at least he doesn't have the global concussive till 20, and he's only a support. That's when it gets really into the Aghanims. All right, so now you have no exorcism. What is your plan? You have the Fiend's Grip though, and you've stolen, unfortunately, power.
Yeah.
He had Laguna too, but he only had 1 point in the spell steal when he stole the Laguna, so he wasn't able to just like keep it for the next fight.
All right. Sven has switched it up though. Looks like Nullifier. Is that what we're going for here?
Yeah, seems that way.
Okay, that's interesting. Not an item we see on Sven too often. Good against defensive decreps, I guess.
Yeah, that's got to be the main point.
Probably.
There's also
I don't
Yule
see too much else.
on the DP.
Yeah,
so.
but Sven gets that anyway with his talents.
That is true.
Although,
but then you have it
has
again,
that
right?
talent.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. But it's just like, I mean, there's gonna be multiple issues, right? I think it makes sense. I think just relying on just the Stormhammer isn't necessarily good enough.
Okay. Well, it's a cool item. Certainly gives him a lot of extra damage.
Yeah, I mean,
12k net worth now.
what else does he really need, right? He doesn't need the Abyssal Jump necessarily. I mean, he's got the bag in him, so.
Yeah. I think Satanic often comes to mind, but he hasn't come really close to dying, so that seems silly. I guess Daedalus. Other options. That's pretty solid when Sven's this far ahead.
I can't believe it goes down to a 7-second cooldown. Man, he's just gonna hunt and chase between Nullifier and a 7-second Stormhammer with the spell.
Yep. He's a true Superman.
And Bane wasn't
now,
even building Force Staff too, so of course that'll be useless as well because of the continuous Dispel.
And now Roshan, Cheese, and Aegis.
I think the issue is because what's happening is he's jumping, right? And then they're getting decrept. So now this fixes that. Now he can jump, they get decrept, and then he uses the Nullifier after. Or he can just straight up Nullifier too, because obviously
It lasts for 5 seconds. Yeah.
But I mean, that's what the problem was before the Nullifier, right? Because it's just a 1 instance Dispel.
I feel yeah. And you still have to use Stormhammer to initiate, right? It's not like you can save it for the Dispel. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean,
All right.
the other issue is that does he really need Daedalus when he is in power too?
You're making some good points. Yeah.
I kind of forgot that he is in power in this game because it hasn't really looked that necessary. Of course, it's made him faster to create this monster behemoth that we have now.
And now Secret have control of the map. You know, this line in the sand has been drawn. 1 outer tower remains, but nowhere for Vincere to even farm.
What's the deal with Sven? Is he a half Naga?
Why would you ask
He is
that?
like some sort of like fish thing, right? He's like half fish,
I'm not
dude.
familiar with that part of it.
Yeah, there's some fish.
All right, well, in he comes. Oh, stolen. Yule's Scepter comes up. Sven now rooted in place. The taxi service gets out of there. Whew. All right, well, Daedalus is up on Lina, so somebody's got the Daedalus at least.
Oh, thank goodness.
So is
At least we're covered.
I don't know that he's a fish because he always has a helmet on. Is that what you're telling me? Is that why his eyes look so non-human?
And some of his lore. He's the bastard son of a vigil knight. He's the born of a pallid raised in the Shade Shore ruins. But yeah, it's some fish thing.
Some fish thing. The Vigil Knights.
I only recently learned that, and I was very confused because I had no idea he was part Naga.
Okay, then.
Feel free to tag Sir Action Slacks in his fish lore, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure that must be the case.
I'm surprised we didn't get a content piece talking about this during the underwater TI.
Yeah, they're saving it for the next one.
Perfectly on brand.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, eventually we're gonna have to recycle themes. So maybe TI 16, when we get back to water, we'll go full circle with it. Surely the lore will have evolved by then.
Was the desert terrain ever used for a TI? It wasn't, right? It was just a terrain. Because the desert terrain was pretty cool.
Oh, double damage.
Matsu wants the solo.
Scary. Okay.
Team? I don't need
in
team.
a 2-shot. Double damage, empower, and there's just no hope.
Could he have killed him? I think he could have killed him.
I think so. Underlord, he's going to make it. So it ends up being only a kill on the Bane. That honestly could have been a lot worse. 20k net worth favor now. Lift comes out. Disarm.
Yeah, Morants are inhabitants of the sea, guys. He's half Morant. There you go.
Well, that's fantastic. He's from the Maritime.
Oh my God, you're so right. But he's doing great above water here.
Sven, Matsu, he's got Aegis, remember?
Yeah,
and there it is. Dies in a good position. Does not have BKB for about 10 seconds. But
Nice
back
silence.
to life we go.
Man, it just covers
He's
him.
ult already deployed. BKB now used from Nisha. It's been a good hold for VP.Prodigy.
And that was all without the God Strength too, that he was like forcing that pressure and everything. Because they're not going to have... Oh, actually, there would have been a window right at the end of the Aegis. They could have theoretically had God Strength into another play, but they did force out Exorcism. So now this just makes it worse for the next God Striker.
Yeah, and now they're going to jump in and they find DM. He's okay for now. Lotus Orb, pretty effective.
They have the Stolen Warcry, but he still needs something bigger on Lil to really turn this.
There's one thing for VP.Prodigy is they do have pretty good high ground defense.
Did Puppy
So
just get this blink? He did, right? I feel like I just clicked to the Sengo and he didn't have it. Because I've been waiting for... Because I think when he died with Aegis, there was no blink on Puppy. So I was checking to see if he could counter-initiate to cover him.
These are the moments, though. VP.Prodigy moving out of the base in secret, still in a very forward position, and now they're just going to go high ground. Oh, no. VP.Prodigy misread this. There's no glyph, and this is a free lane of barracks. They'll start to TP back, but it's going to be too little, too late. Now they need to be careful not to get split. They try. In the mid, looks like they found one. It's DM.
They try these... I mean, it's risky, but I get it. You're in such a bad situation as VP.Prodigy. You have to try those plays, and, like, let's be real. Weren't they just going to get that lane anyway? Like, you had no Exorcism. If they just came back and God's... He was going to take it.
Yeah, you're right. Still feels rough. I'm really having trouble seeing the window for VP.Prodigy back into this.
It's pretty slam shut, yeah.
Quality are doing a great job playing around this. And look at that Trent, Sven. He's going to synth the Aghanims and then get himself a Daedalus. I told you. I tried to tell you.
Okay. Yeah, it's a fine. Yeah.
The runner-up to Nullifier. It was right there.
I kind of wish he just went Abyssal for the multiple jumps because it's kind of fun to watch.
Oh, that's true. A double damage down bottom, picked up by Nisha. That is actually really scary in the hands of Lina now.
Lil has the LSA for another... Hey, he's get it for about another 2 minutes. Could try something. Well, actually, it's more like 3 minutes. At least that's something. That's the kind of spell that they need, though. Is like some extra damage and control to try and chain someone to death before these BKBs come out. Has he RP'd this game?
Yes. In that fight that forced all the buybacks, he solo RP'd GPK.
Yes. But how... other than that,
might be the
though,
only one.
Yeah, he hasn't had to. No need for it. It's been so much split push this game.
And the way they have these other stuns, like, people die really fast. If you don't have the blink dagger, it's like Puppy can't even get there in time to RP and make it worth it. It's like normally in Magnus draft, there's so much pressure on him to initiate. In this situation, everyone else can kind of do it.
Look how much it costs him to just blink it, pull back niche into an LSA. It took half of Lil's HP just from some spam from the sky because of the wards they have down.
Yep. Still hard for Secret to break this high ground, though.
Well,
not that they're sweating because they're owning the whole map and farming it out, but it is a little hard to just run up the high ground and finish this out.
I think the only reason it's awkward is the buyback situation. They don't know anything about the buybacks. Like, DP doesn't have it, but it's not a timer issue. It's a gold issue. So maybe they're just like a little worried about taking a fight that close to the base when you have to fight around God Strength.
Here's the smoke out.
It's all on save, but he has no Aether. Look how short the Fiend's Grip is. Oh my god, Matu. Oh, there he is!
Oh, they need this Fiend's Grip, but no, this time got the follow-up, and RP comes through, big damage from the sky, and now Matu ready to clean house. It's just the DP left. She gets nullified. That Yule Scepter was that little bump you saw there, and it was completely mitigated. Dunzo. See you later, epileptic kid. That's embarrassing. Ironic. No buyback, nor does Bane have one. And it's looking like Secret can close this one out. Lickety split.
Probably just wanted one really good RP, and there it was.
Yeah.
Perfect, right?
That was right on the money. And the double silence as well. GG gets called, and another convincing win for Team Secret. So, hey, tried something. It went completely bust, and then they stepped it up for games 2 and 3. That's the Secret we came to expect in this series. But, man,